inside. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
From Anupam Patel. Are you building around a certain player or any particular person?
For sure, we are building around a specific person. The name is still confidential and we can't really tell the name, but yes, we are building around one specific player who we think is vocal enough and will keep the team together.
Is this person the IGL or the coach or what?
IGL.
When can we expect the roster announcement to come out? End of this month,
Uh,
maybe?
I would say you will know our entire roster before October ends. Everything, all our roster, all our players, everything. Before the month ends, you will have everything.
All right.
And they will all be, hopefully, all at the boot camp practicing also by the time the month ends.
Okay. And once we have sorted out the VCT roster, when are we looking to start on the VCSA roster?
We have started a little work on the back end, but now that our VCT roster is finally all in place, and by the end of October, everything should be done on that front. November, I would say, is the month where you will see similar things like application form, tryouts, all of those things should begin in November.
Usme na this year we will implement a cross pollination between our VCL team and VCT team where there will be a massive knowledge sharing between both the teams, probably having a weekly scrim structure where our VCLSA team can directly have scrim time with our VCT team. So we need to make sure कि अभी ठीक है हमने youngsters ले लिए VCLSA team में, but उनको वो exposure भी
better
देना
होना पड़ेगा. And they're not going to get better by playing with other teams in India. They'll get better by playing against better players. That's our goal, is to get them to play against better players.
What are certain core values जो हम इस साल implement करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, which we haven't done before?
I have already started working with the coaches and support staff and Bhaving with building those team core values, but जो एक दो कोर वैल्यूज होने वाली है, हैविंग विनिंग एज अ हैबिट, कि विनिंग माइंडसेट से जाना है, वी आर देयर टू विन एंड नथिंग एल्स.
Value number one, win. Value number two, do whatever it takes to win. Value number three, look above.
Very soon हमारा full roster भी announce हो जाएगा, so most of your questions will be answered, and we will be coming back with more podcasts soon to give you a perspective of what's happening inside the team. And of course, I would like you to subscribe to this channel to stay tuned for more updates, and like it if you enjoyed this podcast. Thank you so much for watching.
Get ready for the ultimate showdown at Global Esports Face-Off. From November 18th to 23rd, we face a new opponent each day in an intense best-of-3 series. Witness the Global Esports 2025 VCT roster in action, clashing against some of Asia's best teams, pushing our roster's strength, strategy and spirit to the absolute limit. This show will be narrated by some of the finest talents in Valorant on the casting desk, and our coaches themselves will step in to break down the plays on the analyst desk. 6 days, 6 opponents. Every match, every round, GE is going all in against all. Catch it live on the Global Esports Valorant and YouTube Twitch channels.
Oh boy, it is a new day and it is another day where Global Esports are going to be playing Valorant. This time I've got a great company with me. My man who I casted with back in GXR 2022. Asurai, welcome back to South Asia, man. Welcome to Global Esports Face-Off. How are you feeling?
Hey man, what's up? Yeah, I am pretty excited to get involved in the face-off for Global Esports with all of the roster changes and whatnot, and all of the. I've seen the exciting games. Very excited to be here, and just to kind of also lay it out there for our viewers, we are playing on a new patch, so that's something to look forward to today. If the teams will try to adjust to all of the big craziness that is happening right now in patch 9.10.
Yeah, just a random easy drop by of one of the biggest patches we've ever seen in this game. Phoenix, Sage, Cypher, a new shield for you guys to buy, weapon changes, so much to talk about. But before we get to all of that, today's opponent is going to come here all the way from China. It's going to be Rare Atom, who of course finished second in the Chinese Ascension season, and they lost to XLG, right?
पता था आने वाला
They've
बट
got a
आज आ
pretty
गया था
interesting squad
वो नहीं पता
as
था
well, because one of their players did take the journey to come all the way here. So that's going to be an interesting, face-off, because Yuratan did play in that squad earlier.
समझ आएगा मतलब
So that means
नया
there is
पेज
that, at least coming into this series, right, they do have that experience, or at least somewhat knowledge of how Rare Atom does play. So this is something that I feel like GE is going to be utilizing moving forward into this match. Again, super excited to see what happens as we are, kind of underway.
Yeah.
भाई नया पैच में तो
Global
सेज
Esports
बफ हुआ
didn't
भाई
really have the best of
उसकी खुशी है
climaxes
भाई
yesterday. That Haven map kind of just ran away from them. Now, of course, we're really strong with their Fnatic comp, right? The ISO Eurocomp, really strong, and Ja was just on a roll with that with that ISO. And I know you can smile. It's all right. I know you're pretty happy with the fact that now it's doing good. Of course, they're from the Philippines.
It's okay. We have like multiple Filipino players that played yesterday, right? Between Naos and GE. So I'm totally happy either way. But gotta say, it was kind of a refreshing bit to see that happen for Naos, since there was a departure of one of their players. I think Savvy was the one that picked up one of the mantles for the Naos player. So they're kind of still adjusting to that. Gotta say as well, I think Ja might have the dad buff. If that people don't know, he is a dad right now, so maybe he's got that that wisdom as a father. So that could have been something that helped them beat GE yesterday. But now there's no potentially dad buffs that GE is going to be facing off against Rare Atom.
Usually you see that that the dad buff come in clutch situations, or maybe a great brain IQ play, but no, this guy's just shooting heads everywhere you go. So somehow I feel he's feeling more youthful that he's become a father. You know what? So he's gotten good fresh blood, and he was on a roll yesterday. Let's see how he's going to be faring even in VCT SEA in the upcoming days. But for now, focusing on what we have on hand, Global Esports they will be facing off Vera Adam in a best of 3 on the new patch leaders, gentlemen. But before we talk about what is going to happen today, we're going to see what Elevator thought about yesterday's games, as he is going to point out what were the mistakes, what was good about Global Esports against Nows. Let's get to it.
Hello.
और क्या बोलते?
Yeah, what's up, guys? So today
Hello.
I just wanted to
आवाज आ
break
रहा?
down the round that I think really kind of shifted the
ये
momentum
नया पैच आ भी गया बे?
yesterday in the series.
मतलब मैं कल वीडियो देखा, आज फिर आ भी गया शायद अपडेट.
So as you can see, Global Esports and Nows are tied 9-9.
भयानक अपडेट से
मेरे को तो भाई खुशी से सेज बफ हो गया भाई.
सेज का बफ ठीक है, पर हर एक एजेंट का बफ हुआ है.
फिनिक्स भी
हर
बफ
एक
हो
एजेंट
गया.
का कुछ ना कुछ तो बफ हुआ है. उल्टा डुलिस लोग उनका नाम होके नियॉन स्लाइड नहीं मार सकता स्लोअर में, स्टन में, मतलब
फ्लोर
हर एक
बढ़िया
एजेंट
किए
डिस्टेंस कवर नहीं
वही.
करेगा.
डैश भी नहीं होएगा. है ना?
डैश भी ज्यादा नहीं हो पाएगा. अरे मतलब डैश होगा, पर अगर बंदा स्टन है और डैश मारेगा तो
अभी स्लो में स्टन होएगा ना, मतलब
नहीं, स्लोअर में स्टन नहीं होगा बे. स्लोअर
स्लो ही होगा ना,
बहुत स्लो
बट
होगा, बहुत स्लो
हाँ
होगा.
50%
पहले जितना था उससे ज्यादा, डबल. मतलब बंदा हिल नहीं सकता, ऐसी समझ. जो डेडलॉक का है ना वैसे टाइप का.
And realistically, once this spike goes down and the pace
वापस
इसका
सेज
problem
खेलना
क्या
चाहिए.
really should be the
अबे सबसे बड़ा
Obviously,
बफ तो
Nows
साली
is gonna
फैंटम का
try
है
to
बे.
win
हो
this
गया.
हाँ वो तो मैं कल ही बोला था. नहीं मैं कल
but,
तेको नहीं बोला था.
you know, this situation
कल ही आ गया था
positioned
वो.
correctly
लॉन्ग
should
रेंज में
ultimately
कुछ
a
है नहीं
automatic
अब
win
उसका
for
डैमेज.
Global Esports.
नहीं है.
Unfortunately,
मतलब 140 है, बट हर
मतलब
जगह 140 है.
as far as I
123
can
नहीं है ना.
remember from watching streams, I don't think we've ever pitted
वही.
like this on Split.
पर
We
अभी
just have never
जो
done this as a team,
अपन
so
एक
we've never
डिस्टेंस
really
से
had to
मारते
talk
थे.
हाँ वही
उसका
140
फर्क
डैमेज ही रहेगा सर.
नहीं, 158 है.
And as we're going to see, positioning is
अच्छा.
a main reason that Global is
158
going
हेड
to lose
अगर
this
तू
round.
एक पर्टिकुलर पर पर्ल
First of
जितना
all,
डिस्टेंस
somebody
से
should
समझ, वो
not be
पर्ल
outside
में
of the pit.
हाँ वही
डिस्टेंस
Long
एंटर
angle
वो
समझ
बहुत
गया.
ज्यादा है.
operator
उसमें
is
140 हेड है.
going to be on, since it's the only way that Nows
चेक
can
कर
really
मत ना
get
जाके
kills at
पता
this
लग
point.
जाता था. पहले
And
अपना
two
क्लोज
players should
डिस्टेंस
probably
में भी
not be
140
stacked
लगता
up
था
at
बे.
the same time in the corner with
अब
all
वो
of the
140
Vipers
नहीं
being
है.
open to explore for the
और
open.
नया शील्ड आया भाई.
We're gonna see the neon
हाँ
get
वो
picked
नया
off here,
शील्ड का तो
and
अभी
then
तक मेरे को उतना
Global
समझा नहीं
Esports
पड़ा.
realizes that their
नहीं उसका मतलब
position
ऐसा है
is
कि
poor
अभी
in the
देख
fight,
तू
so
वो शील्ड
after
लेगा
taking
और
Prime
नॉर्मल
here
शील्ड भी रहेगा
versus
तेरा.
this
तो
area,
डैमेज खाएगा ना, तेरा शील्ड
and
टूटेगा ना, और फिर तू जाएगा कवर में ना.
the rest of
तो
the
जो
team.
तेरा
We also
जो
see that Sova
नया
is
शील्ड है ना,
going
उससे वो
back with a
उससे
furious
उससे जो मतलब शील्ड है ना उसके अंदर, वो
other
तेरे नॉर्मल शील्ड में
in
जाएगा.
case
मतलब वो एक तरह से
he has to use
बोलते हैं
this
ना
to win
स्टोरेज में रहेगा तेरा
ऐसा
शील्ड.
views later
मेरे
on.
को ऐसा नहीं
But
लगा. वो
realistically,
जो
this should still be
एक्सप्लेन
a
किया उसमें वो
conversion
बोला
fight.
कि लाइक
Unfortunately,
तेरा
the
शील्ड टूट
African
गया ना
get
तो
caught on
वापस
the
रिचार्ज
cross, and
होगा
now it's a
25%,
5-on-3.
मतलब
हाँ हाँ
25.
वही रिचार्ज होएगा. मतलब वो स्टोरेज में रहेगा ना तेरा शील्ड एक तरह से.
और वो
आधा.
2 बार
Then
होगा.
the
हाँ 2 बार होगा.
Sova ultimate is going to be used to
सिर्फ
try
2 ही
and
बार होगा,
equalize.
उसके
So
ऊपर
this is
नहीं
sort of just
होगा.
a timing
मतलब एक
ultimate
बाय,
from the Sova.
उसके अलावा 2
But
बार 25-25
हाँ
as would
वही.
never have been used in this situation if two players hadn't died, and he felt like he had to sort of help save the
बट
game.
अभी इकोनॉमी का भी ये
So
होएगा
this
फिर.
is going to get much less value than if he just used it to win
650
the
का है
round
ना
later
मतलब.
on. But it does set up a kill there.
अबे
However,
वो
it's still
फायदा ही
a
नहीं है, वो
4-2
सिर्फ
on the
गैम्बल है.
site now.
हाँ.
तो
And
बता
Nows
पिस्टल
is
रॉम
बहुत
के
बाहर
हिसाब
पैसा
से
रहा तेरे पास, फिर ठीक है.
mull their way into the
नहीं,
site,
पिस्टल रॉम के
pick up
हिसाब
the
से अगर
Viper,
तूने
take
वो
up
ले
the
लिया,
Cypher, and
मर गया तो
it's
फायदा ही
very
नहीं.
possible
हाँ
to win,
वही.
and
एक फिर
Sova can no longer
जीतेगा
have
तो
the
पॉइंट है.
available.
अगर जाके
So
जिंदा ही नहीं
फाइट
बचा.
और
this
ऑन
round
स्पॉट में मार रहे
ended
तो
up
फिर वो फर्क
costing
नहीं
Global
पड़ेगा.
Esports the
वही.
entire map because they were in very good control of the economy. They were also in good control of the round. They should have been in control of the game in terms of the scoreline.
गेम का आवाज ही कम है
Used
शायद.
two ultimates for no value and essentially wasted both of them while losing a round that should have been a win
कैसे नहीं गेम
like
शुरू हो
99%
गया
of the
क्या?
time, simply
No, no,
because
no.
they made a couple positional errors
वो
because they have not really drilled these
ये
post-time
कर रहा है.
positions enough.
अरे
And
वॉट
that's
रिव्यू
just kind
दिखा
of
रहे
what
हो.
happens with new
क्या हुआ
teams. So
गलती
I just
कर
wanted to
दी.
quickly go over
आज
what I
बफर
think
बहुत हो रहा
might
है.
be the correct way to position here, just so we can kind of showcase what should have been happening. In this position, this is how Global played when they lost, and then if we go over to here, this is probably a better way to position. Got one person to take contact at close range,
Which
to
pick,
stop the Viper, to kind of like stuff this big choke point that a lot of players will try to flood through. Maybe the Neon can just kind of shut it down single-handedly, and then we have sort of the Cypher protecting Viper's back, and then Viper playing in a corner with basically no chance of getting spammed. And then we still have the Sova as sort of like the
पे
insurance policy, and the Astra can help
Valorant
if players
Radiant
are pushing
Asia
around the pillar. So
Invitational
if this
में
positioning had been used,
Yeah.
and this had been a little bit more sort of
एशिया
solidified, this is
इनविटेशनल
how
में
we
भी
want to
इनको
play in the
चांस नहीं
Vipers
मिला
pit,
वही तो यही
then
तो इवेंट
Global
है जो वो
probably
बोल
wins
रहा
the
था
round
मैं
pretty easily,
हाँ,
and
हाँ,
the
हाँ.
map goes completely differently.
तो वही ना
and
कैंसिल नहीं हुआ
it ends up being a 2-0.
ये चाइना का
But
इवेंट है
this
बे
is sort of where the margins are currently for this team, and
चाइना जाना
this is
पड़ेगा ना भाई.
something that we have to continue to practice on and get better at.
उसका
So
वॉच पार्टी
hopefully you guys enjoyed that breakdown, and hopefully today we don't see those types of
ये वाला
positions.
बे
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, quite a few of these rounds, by the way, that did
और
occur
23
yesterday, where
hours
Global Esports
मतलब
had the
कल
upper hand in
कल शाम
the
को है
overall scenario of things, and now shouldn't have been able to get in. And like you just saw, Ja getting those 2 big kills with the operator
ये टी
kind of
वर्सेस
completely
RRQ
broke down the
पहला मैच
entire round. And like you said, this was a breaking point kind
RRQ
of thing
अपना
for the
ये
camera,
है ना
because
उसमें
I
बोलने
feel like
अच्छा
Global
ये
Esports could
अनाउंसमेंट
not
आया क्या
win the
VCT
game
का?
there, because Naos were on a
अभी
bit of an
VCT
economical
का नहीं ये
deficit
भी
until that
इनविटेशनल ही
point,
है साले
because they were
अच्छा
8
जी है क्या
4
उसमें?
up on split, and then it
ये
became
ऑफ
8 and
सीजन
8
है ना
within just
नहीं
a
है
couple of minutes. So it was, of course, in their
देख
hands.
लेना
But hey, what's gone by has gone by. We're heading
यहाँ
in
पे
now
आके
to another game today. Asra, I do have to
यूट्यूब में हो
ask
रहा.
you, what do you feel about the
यूट्यूब में ही होता है
team? Like, this is your first time looking at them going to be playing, as a caster. What do you feel about this Global Esports roster? Give me your thoughts.
उसका कैसा चार
Real
की
quick,
में ये कैसा
I think if I would talk about what Elevated was, kind of discussing during his breakdown of that one play, it just felt like
जेएनजी
there
वर्सेस
might
कौन
have
है?
just been a lapse
PRX से पहला
of
तो
judgment in some of the
पेरेक्स.
kind of decisions they had on that specific play, right? There's so many things that you have to kind of stack up on top of each other, and that if you miss
देख
one thing,
इसमें कौन
everything
से
falls
टीम
apart. I
है
think that
Yeah.
kind
वो
of
टी
gap where Ja was just holding the
RRQ
angle with
पेपर एक
operator
जेनजी
and
डीआर
GE just feeling that
डीआरएक्स
they
बेली
had to
बेली
hold that for some
ईडीजी
reason
डीएफएम
kind of ruined it
ये
against them,
6
especially
टीम
when
है
they
और
had that
आठ
Sova
टीम है
opening,
ये
right? You can use that to stop
ये आठ टीम में
stop
से
people from
वही से
defusing the
दो
spike, and
प्ले
if
ऑफ
they're
है
decaying inside the
कौन
Viper
सा
site,
चैनल है?
it's just an easy kill. So
अबे
it's probably
ऑफिशियल
just that
वैलोरेंट
bit of kind of tightness
चैंपियंस
or
का
being
बोलने
able
के
to
वैलोरेंट
play a lot tighter
चैंपियंस
as
टूर
as
सीएल
the GE roster. So
उसमें
it's
आके
something that
China.
you
किसी
kind of,
मैच में
elevate and work on.
ये लिक्विफाई
Yeah, well,
तो
we're gonna find
लिक्विफाइड
out
तो देख
what
ही
the
सकता
team felt about this as the
अच्छा
IGL
अपकमिंग
of
ना.
the server,
हाँ
ladies
हाँ.
and gentlemen. Kelly S is here to talk to us
देखिए
about what's going to be happening
दिखा
today, what
दिखा
happened yesterday. Welcome, IGL,
इसमें पूरे
to
टीम्स
the
दिख
stage.
जाएंगे लिक्विफाइड
दिखा दिखा.
Hey guys,
Hello, Kelly. How are you doing?
ईडीजीडीएफएम शायद इसी की
I'm
बात
doing
कर
good,
रहे थे
thank you.
इसमें मिला
अरे
नहीं
केले
उसको
All right. Feeling good for today's game?
Yep, feeling good, much better.
All right. Asra, you have any questions for him?
सालों को इसमें मिला नहीं opportunity
Kelly, what's the plan for today, especially with the 9.10 patch being live right now in the servers?
I think the plan
Is there any
for
changes
today
with
is just be adaptable, We don't need to change anything since it's a new patch. We just need to learn from the game on what we're gonna play right now and just adapt faster, So that's the plan.
Do you feel like the Cypher nerf that's come
Oh,
in right now
China
might
में
affect
हुआ।
Yudotan in a certain way, or do you feel like he's still confident
वो
with how he's going to
बेकार
play
वाला
that agent?
I think he's still confident. I think it's not much of a nerf for now, because all of us is not pretty familiar how it will affect the meta. So we're gonna see how it's gonna go.
Okay. Do you think? I'm just asking this because of the patch notes and everything. Do you think
पैच भी
Sage
अपडेट
might
हुआ
be a
होगा ना
counter
इनका
to
हाँ अपडेट हो गया.
Patrick who does play a lot of the neon, and how we the changes with the slow orb will maybe affect his ability to dash into or slide into the site?
Yeah.
That's possible. The Sage is
Oh.
possible counter, but Astra and Breach also good counter, because of the stun also. Cannot go slide or dash or something.
अज़ुरे गेम
Yeah.
हम्म.
Also, are we going to see a
VCT
lot
का ही तो है
more
ना.
of the
हाँ.
Phantom being
Ah,
used now by
VCT.
you guys because of the buff that it's got? 20 meters, 156 headshot. You guys, are you going to shift more to the Phantom now than the Vandal, or is it still the one-shot headshot?
I think it still depends on the player on what he prefers, but Phantom is really a good option right now than the Vandal, for me personally.
Do you like the change at Phantom? Would you like to play the Phantom?
I'm a Phantom player, so
Yeah,
I
fair
think
enough. So you'll be very happy. You'll be very happy with this.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, sorry. I'll just add as well. Just wanted to ask real quick. With the matches that you've had in the past couple of days, how's the communication between you and the rest of GE? Has it been getting a lot faster, a lot better,
Random map, bhai.
or is it still something you guys are still working on?
I think the communication is not the main problem. It's the positioning, I think, and the lack of
साइफर
discipline.
का भी ट्रिप
So
कुछ
that's
तो
what
चेंज
we're
हुआ ना
trying to
भाई,
fix
और
right now, and
सनसेट का
focus
तो लाइटिंग बहुत
on
इम्प्रूव
much
किया है.
more than solo plays.
Awesome.
Yeah. Last question for you, Kelly. Personally, you've gone through a lot of
सनसेट
change,
का
right? You
कलर
played with
सैचुरेशन
Duelist a
बहुत
lot, you
इम्प्रूव
played
किया
with Raze
भाई.
a lot, and now
नहीं,
you're
लाइटिंग
in
से
the
ज्यादा
IGL.
लाइटिंग भी
You're
बोले
a
ना.
pretty solid initiator. You play a
लाइटिंग
breach a
नहीं है
lot.
वो,
How has
कलर
the
ही है.
transition of
नहीं
roles
नहीं
and
नहीं,
कलर
उसको
leadership
एडजस्टमेंट हो रहा है.
शैडोज वैडोज
been? Are
बराबर
you
और
comfortable
अलग
in
आ रहे
this
हैं,
IGL
मतलब
role
लाइटिंग
and
हुआ ना
playing different
चेंज.
agents, or
नहीं,
do you need more time to settle in?
शैडोज
What
ही
do you
नहीं
feel
बे,
like?
उसमें पूरे एरिया
I
का
think I
कलर
have
भी
no
बड़ा है.
problem on
तू
being
देख,
an IGL and play different roles
लाइटिंग सिर्फ
because
लाइटिंग बोले
I've
तो क्या
been
तेरा
IGLing
सनलाइट का
since
बोलेंगे
I
ना वो लोग.
started the game, and I have a pretty
तो सनलाइट नहीं है वो,
good
मतलब
idea on
उन्होंने पूरा
how I want to play. And
लाइटिंग
the
चेंज किया इस
different
बार.
roles is just another agent. That I just need to learn the basic and I'm good to go. So yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Kelly S. It's been great talking to you. All the best for the game, and we'll see you on the other side. Bye bye.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, Kelly S. Seemingly pretty. He seems such a sweet man, right? He's such a sweet guy.
Yeah.
Answering every question with a smile, whether or not he's having a bad day. And I hope that today, even if the patch is going to throw some curveballs their way, he seems to be confident because he just said they're not going to change anything. They're going to stick to their basics, just figure out what the most important changes are of the agents that they're going to be playing, and then kind of just maneuver around it. Aswar, what do you think about
बट नियॉन को
this?
नर्फ
Do
नहीं
you
किया ना.
feel like there might be changes on
नियॉन को
Rare Adam's
अबे
side? Do you
किए ना
think they
नर्फ
might
साले.
go for some side of some kind of
That's fair,
comp
yeah.
changes in the maps that could be played?
Okay, I'm looking at their their default pickups on agents, and it feels like
Yeah.
the agents that they're kind of maining the most weren't the ones that were truly affected. So I feel like there might not be too many changes to
I
their
know.
play style, so that could be at
बोल
least
तो रहा हूँ.
something that they kind of back up on, similar to
The
what Kelly
effect
has said
नहीं हुआ.
right during the interview, where he was just saying that, I don't think
हाँ,
it's gonna
वो
really
बोला
affect us
वो.
as much. Even that cipher difference
Effect
isn't really
तो
too
नहीं
big of
हुआ
a difference.
बोला.
It'll
पता
shake up
नहीं.
maybe Udutan's
Hmm.
ability to anchor a site.
साइफर
So
हुआ,
Yeah.
with
सेज
that in
हुआ,
mind, I'm just
डेडलॉक हुआ,
very
ओमेन हुआ.
excited again to kind of
बे
unravel
ओमेन का
this
वन वे भी
season.
गया
I
आज
think
तो.
more than anything else, it's going to be a showcase of how
लो
हाँ,
हुआ.
ओमेन
the
के
mechanics
वन
is
वेज
going to
गए
be, and
नहीं.
you were saying this before.
गए मतलब
वो
हर जगह नहीं कर सकता
how
तो
the
वही.
Vision Shield is going to be
Yeah.
पहले के बंदे
potentially
लोग वो
utilized.
हाँ,
अबे
कहीं पे
एक्चुअली
भी
वो
बना.
ग्लिची था
Oh yeah.
बोलते.
हाँ.
For
वो
those of
ग्लिची
you
था
who are
बोलते.
still
वो
maybe a
स्मोक
little bit
छोड़ने को ही नहीं
confused about
मानता
what the
था
region
बोलते.
shield
वही.
is, just give you a basic
और लेकिन अभी
explanation.
गन्स को
It's
बहुत नर्फ किए
basically
बहुत
having
सारे, जैसे क्लासिक
125
वासिक को बहुत
shield
नर्फ किए
and
नहीं.
then another 25 shield in your
इनएक्यूरेसी
gun
बढ़ाती है
to use
वगैरह.
for later, right? So
उसका
if
एक्यूरेसी
you
बहुत बड़ा है
take the
रगन गन में.
damage first on,
नहीं
the
ना,
first
घोस्ट का
25 shield
वॉकिंग
that you
एक्यूरेसी
have is going to take all of the
जीरो
damage
पॉइंट
that
एट
the
फोर
first
फोर
shield gives you. For
एट
example,
हाँ
the
वन
random
बड़ा है
just
वो
gives
बड़ा
40
है.
bullet damage to your
बड़ा है,
body.
वही
रन
तो बोल
The
रहा हूँ.
25 damage is gonna go
इनएक्यूरेसी भी
straight
बड़ा
to the
है.
shield,
रनिंग
so
का
it's not
इनएक्यूरेसी
going
भी
to
बड़ा
the
है
health
मतलब.
and part of the shield. And then
वैसे
if you stop
क्लासिक का
fighting for
भी
3
रनिंग का
seconds, that
इनएक्यूरेसी
25
बड़ा है,
comes back on
वॉकिंग
again,
का
it's in your
इनएक्यूरेसी
pocket, and you
बड़ा
have
है.
it. But to talk about this regenerated shield, the rest of the patch
अबे वो
changes, and
इनएक्यूरेसी है बे,
everything
घोस्ट
that's
का
happening
एक्यूरेसी
in these
नहीं है.
couple of days, who better than the coach himself, who's probably gonna, see this and be like, "Oh God, they changed the game again." Juvie, tell me your thoughts. The patch, I'm pretty sure, gave you kind of a headache last night.
Yeah, the patch notes are pretty crazy, bro. This is definitely one of the biggest differences and the biggest changes we've seen in Valorant so far. So, this is gonna be a unique first map, and then our first match, and then we'll see how the adjustments go after that.
That's right. You got anything?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were gonna go for the question first. I just wanted to kind of ask as well. Do you? Oh, sorry. I was just kind of again just like looking forward to seeing how Global Esports is going to develop more just coming into this face-off, because again this is my first time joining the face-off broadcast, and so far I have been enjoying the new roster that G has been utilizing this entire face-off.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the question was, but
Yeah, he's asking speaking of the progression of G, last 2 days has
भाई
been a little bit up and down.
अबे
Yesterday,
वो
of course, we talked about
असुरानी ने
we talked
मतलब
about
बोला
him,
कि आई एम एंजॉयing हाउ जी हैज बीन यूटिलाइजिंग द न्यू
as well
क्वेश्चन,
yesterday on stream.
तो
We
फिर
had a bunch of
शांत हो
things to
गया.
say
फिर
that
जुवेनल बोलता
comp was not the problem.
ओके
This and
बट आई एम
that.
रियली
But
सॉरी
there
आई
are
डोंट
a bunch
अंडरस्टैंड
of
व्हाट द क्वेश्चन
positioning
वाज.
problems, right? And you mentioned this. I think even
क्या बोला
2-3
देख
weeks ago when we had
असुरा
a
ने
conversation
मतलब
that you
स्टेटमेंट
constantly
बोला
want to
एक,
improve on that
क्वेश्चन
positioning.
नहीं पूछा
So
और
what
शांत हो
has
गया. तो
been
जुवेनल को लगा वो क्वेश्चन
that
पूछ रहा था.
difference and how
तो
has the improvement of
समझ
positioning
रहा क्या. तो
stayed
जुवेनल बोलता,
well for you guys
लेकिन मेरे को समझा नहीं
in the
क्वेश्चन क्या
finals
करे.
today?
Yeah, I mean, in scrims it's looked really
क्यों
well,
ऐसा
and that's
हुआ.
sort of the
क्वेश्चन
point of the
पूछ ही नहीं रहा
pressure,
था
right? Like
एक्चुअली.
I'm trying to tell these guys, I've told you guys already. The thing is when you end up in a pressure situation, your brains just shut off, and you go to more to like what you're comfortable doing, what you're used to doing. And we haven't done enough repetitions of fixing these things. I haven't repeated myself 1,000 times yet. It's only been 100. You know what I mean? Like you have to repeat yourself 1,000 times until this becomes second nature for your reactions to be the correct reaction, second naturally versus hesitating. And then you have to think. Right now, playing these matches, they're thinking a little too much instead of playing. And sometimes that's an issue. And by the time 2 more months from now, and I've said this 1,000 times at this point, right? Then they're instantly going to react the correct way. We're instantly going to make the correct moves. Work together, be proactive together instead of defaulting more into like a ranked play style, taking one sometimes. You know what I mean? When you're pressured, like I said, your brain turns off and you start doing things that you normally wouldn't do in practice. But we just got to do it until this becomes second nature.
Yeah, you gotta iron things out, right? I wanted to ask real quick. You were talking about how sometimes they think a lot more than they do. Which player, at least that you've seen in the past couple of days, has been the one that did a lot more of doing than thinking? At least for face-off.
Patrick, the second day, he did a lot more doing than thinking. That's why you saw him play so much better because, like I said, in this game, it is you don't want to be the passive team in this game. You don't want to be the one sitting in a corner, crouched in a corner. You want to be the one swinging 3-2-1, swing together. I want us to swing, just swing together. And that's sort of my motto. And like I've said before, is like don't ask for permission, don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness, right? So like make the play. Do the dumb, whatever the quote unquote dumb thing or whatever you want to do, and then I'll correct it later. But don't be afraid to make your play. Don't be afraid to play the game you want to play, and we'll fix the issues afterwards.
All right. Well, that's a great mindset for the team as well to have, because then they're not going to be looking at the coach as somebody who's going to be going all crazy at them, but somebody who's going to help them make them see the mistakes and how they can do it better next time. But speaking of the map pool, right? We've got, of course, a bunch of things that we saw yesterday. Split. You guys had a decent showing in that second half, although it didn't end up in the way that you would have liked it to. Are there any differences that you feel like you could bring in a split today, if at all it passes into the playing 3 maps?
A split, you won't see changes as far as the comp goes. You'll just see changes in the way we play the mid round, the way we play the clutch situations. We'll be more proactive, etc. The big thing is based off these patch notes, like I just told them, like, bro, the whole saving, it doesn't matter anymore. Like the meta is about to change completely. I think to the point where like most of these comps are not going to be the meta comps. We're not going to be even running the same strats in 2 months. Your game is going to look completely different by then. So the whole saving thing. Today we're going to play. We're going to play the maps we want to play. We're going to show our shit, and let's see where the dice falls.
Yeah, it's totally awesome.
That's the change.
Is there are you guys gonna try something new right now, or just kind of back to basics and just see what happens with the new patch?
Yeah, we haven't had any time to show over anything. We've read the patch notes. We've had them DM a little bit to try to get used to the guns, but we haven't had enough time to do any kind of changes or anything like that. And I don't think any team has. Maybe RA comes with some crazy differences or tries some crazy stuff, but honestly, I assume that this match is going to be played almost to the old meta. But like I said, give it a month, give it 2 months, and I think you'll see most teams running something different on all of these maps.
Where Adam in their most recent tournament played a lot of different comps on different maps. They even kind of played around Vise a little bit. They love playing their double duelist at times
Chinese
as well.
team.
So they're kind of playing in that. Asarai pointed it out as well, right? That they're playing with an agent pool that is not really affected by the changes that they've brought, that Riot has brought in for this current patch. But talking about your agent pool, there's a couple agents, of course, that play around that could be affected. And in that context, I want to ask you, what's the one thing that you really liked about this patch and the one thing that you really hated?
I hate change, so I hate everything, honestly. But no, the shields seem pretty cool. I mean, the shields, the idea of the shields and the uniqueness of the shields seem cool, and how they're gonna be used and how that stuff's gonna happen. But yeah, man, like
अबे
I
ये
could
patch जो
not
है ना,
guess because
हम्म
not only is this patch right,
ये
but we
all
also have the neon
platforms
nerf
का
coming.
patch
I
है.
think there's supposed to be
Yeah.
harbor
हाँ सब
buffs,
में
and there's
आके
supposed to be deadlock buffs
Xbox,
in that neon nerf
PC,
patch.
PS.
And who knows what else, right? Like these patch notes that we just saw, they didn't announce, half of these. We knew about the Phoenix and we knew about the shield, and that's about it. And honestly, from the trailer they showed, I thought the shield was just a Phoenix shield. I didn't know it was for everybody until like a week later. And so yeah, it's going to be very interesting, and I think I mean, it looks like they're ready to make big changes to the game and really shake up the meta, which is interesting and scary at the same time, bro. It's this game I think might get very complicated very soon. Because I feel like it's been simple so far, but I feel like it's about to get real crazy.
Well,
बराबर
it
है
is
गेम
going to
कॉम्प्लिकेट
probably
तो
get a
होएगा
little
भाई
more crazier in the upcoming months, but all the craziness is going to start for this series right now. Juvie, we're going to throw you over to the Vito. Go ahead and have some fun. We'll see you at the end of this.
See you guys.
आई थिंक सेंटिनल मेटा वापस आएगा
What's up, JD?
Sentinel का
Hey
meta
Juvi,
अभी
hey
गायब
Vicky,
ही
how
कर
are you
दिया.
guys doing?
बस variety of Sentinel meta
हाँ
गायब.
Let me remind you again. This is the most important part of the match. I don't know why Juvi you keep forgetting this. We spoke about Haven yesterday. We did talk about it. I asked
Yeah.
you also. Why Juvi? But okay, I trust you. Mikia, welcome to the veto. I'll let Mikia call. This is going to be heads.
इंडिया
This
का
is going
कॉइन
to
है
be
भाई
tails. Mikia,
20
what do
रुपए.
you pick?
I pick head.
कल 10 रुपए का था, 20
Okay.
रुपए का है साला.
ओए
Heads it is. Mikia, do you
Yeah.
want to pick the side first or do you want to pick the map first?
We should we just let Juvie first ban.
Okay, so Team A. Okay, so let's ban.
Okay.
Ooh. All right, fuck it. Just for you guys, let's ban Haven.
Haven ban
Okay, Haven banned
We
by
ban
Global Esports.
Abyss.
Abyss.
Okay,
Abyss.
Abyss is banned by RA. Let's go ahead. Juvi, you pick
Pick a scent.
Ascent
Ascent. Mikia, side.
We pick defense.
Defense.
You'll pick defense. So Mikia on defense.
Yeah.
Perfect. Your map pick now.
We pick split.
split
Split. GE, your side.
Defense.
Defense. GE ban.
पर्ल बैन करेगा शायद
Pearl. Let's ban Sunset.
that's it
Okay. Ban Sunset.
We ban
Mikia,
Pearl.
what do you want to ban? You
Pearl.
ban Pearl.
We ban Pearl.
Okay, I think
Yeah.
Find is going to be the last game then.
Find.
Sounds interesting. Casters, take it away.
देख अभी कोई भी
हाँ
बंदा अटैकिंग
Okay.
डिफेंस से
हाँ
बोला ही नहीं. साले कुछ भी नहीं बोला था, तुमको ही सुनाई दिया लगा.
Okay, that was a curveball. All right, Juvie. Banning Haven, banning Sunset. Okay, you gotta tell me what's going on with that. Go on.
Yeah, so the Haven is just because, like, obviously we have been struggling on Haven. I don't think we lost for any particular reason. But yeah. Ascent pick is, we feel very confident in Ascent. Split, I think, honestly, we're
Ascent में तो
Split.
जेट खेलेगा ना
We're gonna win this 2-0.
पैट्रिक
And then Bind, we have
Phoenix
some
भी
cooked
खेल
up on
सकता है.
Bind. It'd be interesting
हाँ
to
Izo
see.
का
तो
भी
फिर
मेटा चल रहा
We'll
था
see.
उसमें.
We'll see if it works as well as it has been for us lately.
图是空
All
岛
right, okay. Thank you so much, Juvie, for
बैकग्राउंड
giving
नाइज
us
आ रहा
your
है
time.
ना
I think we just heard
मेरे को
Mickey
बीच
once
में किसी
again
और
in
ने
the
हाँ
background.
वही वही
But
वही
yeah,
वही
thank you so much, Juvie, for your time. All the best for this brand
मेरे
new
को भी है
video.
मेरे को भी
I'm
है
really excited
फिर
for
तो
this.
कोरियन
We'll
बोलना
see
था
you at the end of it.
Bye, boys.
Wow. Okay, Asrai, I think your entry has completely turned around what we're gonna be seeing. How do you feel about that video? Now, the minute you've come, it's fresh. We've got a Ascent, we've got Split, and he's saying you've got a couple of good things on the Ascent. I'm really excited for this.
Yeah. First of all, that split map, I feel like I they want some retribution for what happened with Naos, now with Rare Atom. So I think that's why we're going to be seeing that as the second map. I don't know if that's really the reason why Juvenile.
भाई वो वायर को हटाओ भाई बीच में से
definitely
वाइट
again
वाले
something kind of just watch out for.
मेरा ध्यान
The
उस पे
ascent
जाता है
map,
बस
I think this is going to be a very good metric on again how
मॉन्स्टर ही पी रहा भाई
this
एक्चुअली
patch will affect you because again
आज
of
कैमरा
all
बहुत
the
क्लियर
changes
है
that we are going to be experiencing.
है ना
we've
भारती वो
seen,
मॉन्स्टर ही है ना
how much
बाप रे
value the
रेयर
readership
एटम का
actually is because of the ranges that
क्या भाई एक मिनट
the
बे
fight ranges you really have on
क्या बोला?
on
Yeah.
Ascent.
रेयर एटम
Again,
का
depending on which
भाई
agent
बुट
maybe
कैम भाई
Rare Atom brings in, if they bring
क्या
in a
पसा
Sage
रहा है
or
भाई
exactly
क्या
what
पसा रहा है भाई
does against someone like Patrick Hu that has been such
ऐसा
a
लगता है यही सब सोते
big
खाते
piece.
पीते सब
Again, I asked this with
वही तो
Juvenile
भी
a while ago. Who do you think had
अबे
the most
तेरे को पता है
impact
क्या
in the past couple of days?
वो
He
हाँ
said
तू
Patrick.
एसआर
So
में एक लड़की
that
को बोल
means
रहा था
that
ना
if
कुछ
he gets
दोरी
shut
एक
down
वो
by some of these
लोही
हाँ
changes,
लोमी ना
that could be
हाँ
just,
हाँ
a little bit of trouble for
अबे
Global
वो
Esports.
Sorry.
सेकंड की मार
Yeah, I
है
agree with you. For
क्या
a
बात
particular reason that Rare Atom are not at all opposed to the fact
क्या
that
क्या
they are really gutsy. They go for different compositions. They try new stuff. They played Vise in their most recent tournament, Unbind, by the way. And
अब
although
समझाओ
it
वो
didn't really
गार्लिक
go
गाइस कैसे मारे
as a
उसने
complete win, but it was a really hard fought game
वो तो है
against their opponent. And then
ये
जिंदगी
तो
नहीं
the
आती
right
भाई वो
next series on the final, they
ये
switched
तो
out the Vise for a Yoru, and then they
क्या बोल
won
रहा हूँ
that.
रहने दे
So
मैं
they
सोच रहा हूँ
clearly
दोनों
have
गेमर है
ideas that
कितना
work,
बढ़िया जोड़ी
and
बनेगा
it's
सालों
about
का
how they try and play around
ऑलरेडी
those
बनती
ideas.
तो है ना
Haven was
वही
something
वही
I
मतलब
thought maybe we would end up seeing again. I was like, Juvi, he's not gonna give it up no matter what, because you know what? We're gonna not stop until we win that, until we improve. But he's gone a different route. We're gonna see Ascent now. I wish I could tell what I've seen about Ascent on Global Esports is a couple of their scrims. I've had a good chance to look at it. I'm not sure if they're going to be playing with the same composition, but I'm just, really excited to see what's going to be coming up.
मेरे को भी थोड़ा देखना
But
पड़ेगा
I did
कॉम्स
want to
क्या
ask you
मतलब
one more
पीछे
thing, right?
पैच नोट्स क्या
You've
देखना
got
पड़ेगा गेम में
3
जाके थोड़ा
Filipinos on this team, right? Do you know any of them, for a long time, or are they just, somebody you've just been watching on the screen?
So I have, well, to be fair, I've seen most of
कोचिंग का
them
पीछे बैठ के
played
कोचिंग
during
का
the earlier years of VCTPH. Papi Chulo
कोच
and
अलग
Telias
से
for
बैठ के
short, or Papi, as he has changed his name now. Patrick,
Yep.
I haven't really seen as much because I know that he
ये लोग
joined
बसड़
the
में
competitive
कंफर्टेबल है
scene, I
साला
think either last year or this
Yeah, last year.
year.
Red
Yeah,
Bull
year.
पी
exactly,
रहे
exactly. So I haven't really gotten the chance to really see him
Red
हाँ
Bull का वो
up close.
नया
दिखा
फ्लेवर है
To see with
साला
दिखा देखा
the other work for Pacific.
Yep.
But I gotta say,
देखो तो वो डब्बे में
Telias,
ओआरएस भी दिख रहा है वो ओआरएस ही है
कौन सा
frontman, I would say before. Again, he is
जो
playing now
लेफ्ट
his
साइड में
own
अपने
role.
तरफ पीसी
So
खाली पड़ा है ना
all
उधर
the
से
work
कीबोर्ड के पास
discussed with him, I
दो
think
डब्बे
he
ना
is
जो
one of the players that
ओआरएस
is
वो
pretty
देख
adaptable
के
as
आओ
well.
ओआरएस
He
लग
has
रहा है
played
भाई
a lot of
पता नहीं
games before, but again, he has been
कोने
बाकी
पर
तो
वो
फिर
गया
वो
flex player
टिश्यू
in
ही
the
पड़
game
के
too.
है
So that
हग
including
में
with
गया वो
him being as
ये ऐसा हुआ तो बोल
right
में
now, right?
बैक
Yep.
Something to just kind of
Oh my God.
watch out for. Papichulo always known to be a clutch player, so at least we know that if G is going to be
जी
in
का
the game of
ये
mine,
देख
we're
जी
gonna
का
be
तो
him.
मॉन्स्टर पी रहा भाई
He's someone that's going to be bailing them out
Grab your
when they
chance
need
to
to.
watch
So
Dodo
at least
Live show.
looking hopeful for the the Filipino auditions for GE.
Yeah, well, I'm really, I was genuinely really excited when I saw that these 3 Filipinos got picked up, because they were the highest rated in their
आज कौन सा
most
टीम में
recent
सारे
tournament,
खेलने वाले हैं?
apart from, of course, Crystal and Uratan also being really good in China.
Yeah.
And, this squad, like I've said, we've just got to see them build across time and how
Midnight
they're going to be
Yolo
improving that
Joe
chemistry, how these
Satoshi
spacing,
Duran
positioning, pathing problems are going to be fixed over time. And like Juvi said, it's just a new team. They've been practicing for close to only less than a month. And in 3 months, who knows where this team could be. Ladies and gentlemen, the team is ready. Both the teams are ready. We're going to head into the agent select right now,
क्या क्या
as we've got Ascent locked and loaded, ready up to go
वोट
on.
डालने गए क्या
हाँ डाक्टर
Okay, not that big of
बाप
a
रे
difference, I would say, for at least Rare Atom's
अस्त्रा
hookups right now. Global Esports, very
अस्त्रा
similar to this one.
डेडलॉक
We still have, the Cypher going to be played by
सोफा
Telias is gonna
साइफर
be
जेट
on
ठीक है
Deadlock. So
डेडलॉक
a lot of,
Yep.
just a lot of
भारती
lockdowns here, which can actually work because if you think about it,
डेडलॉक भी है
Telias just positions
डेडलॉक और
a bit
साइफर
farther
का
away,
कॉम्बो
as well
पहले भी
as
ट्रेंडिंग ही था साला
Udutan here.
हाँ बट
Midnight is
सही
the
कॉम्बो है
ability
भाई
अभी
on
पता नहीं
that
अभी कैसा
Telias
रहेगा वो लोग
to kind
Yeah.
of just deter the abilities of the Sentinels. Not gonna be as effective, so their entry into the site could be this place. This
पिछले सीजन में अपन एक्सपेक्ट भी नहीं किए थे जी ऐसी कॉम भी खेलेगी पहले कभी है ना
there is one little piece of the thing for Global
ये
Esports
सीजन बट
is that
भाई बट
they need to
अस्त्रा
set
इज
up
बहुत
Patrick really well because he's actually got
खतरनाक
no proper utility in
उनका भी
terms
इन
of
सेम ही
flashes,
कॉम पे
right?
था कुछ
So
सीन नहीं
he's
अरे
got no
भाई
flashes to set him
बाकी
up
एक्स्ट्रा
except
मेन
for
कर रहा भाई
maybe if at all you
वे वो देख
consider
नया शील्ड लिया उसने
the
योकम ने
Astra utility. Nah, there's actually
वो देख मैप में आके
बाकी कोई ले नहीं सकता
so
फिर
how
दोस्त
they're
के
gonna
साथ
set him up is
बे
gonna be
ये
a
कौन
big
सा घुसते
question
हैं
for
रिवर
me
घुस की है ना
as they're
हाँ
gonna start
रिवर
it off the
क्वेश्चन
attack as well, right? So that's gonna be
ब्लैक कलर
अजीब नया दिख रहा था
interesting
भाई
thing to watch.
आवाज
Now
का है भाई
going
अच्छा
towards B
आ गया
and initial contact being taken here by UAO.
जी का अटैकिंग है ना हाँ
As Global Esports just giving off information, standing back, one
आई थिंक
detection
ए
by
जाएगी
knife as
अबे ट्रिप वायर भी दिखता है अपने को मैप में कैसा लग के
me to find a little bit more info.
as well, Universe.
Yeah.
This is the first time we're also
हाँ
seeing
दिख रहा
this
है
comp
अच्छा
right
वो देख ना
opponent
ट्रिप
का दिख
आज का
Sports.
ओ अपोनेंट नहीं अपने टीम का
So
Yes.
जी का ही ट्रिप है वो सैफर ट्रिप
there's
वो
going to be a
ट्रिप
bit of
है
variable as well in
अभी
how
दिखता है
the
मैप में कि
team
कैसा
is
दिखे
standard
लगेगा
right
ट्रिप
now.
कौन
That
से
we always see
एंगल में
understand
लग के
that
हाँ
Red Adams actually playing right now. I do like the push here. Picking
दो
up again
मेन है
from
भाई
short
जी
as
के
there
दो
is that
प्लेयर
quick
मेन है
dash
हाँ
from
एक ही है
Yokam already pushing up onto Heaven.
ए मेन देखना दो है
Oh, there comes spot on
अबे
Udo.
जी अटैकिंग कर रही
Heavy in towards A main. Now they're gonna have to fight off Heaven as well. This is a good split by Global Esports. They have to check under Heaven though. Mid
बड़े
range
गुस्से
got
वैसे
one, and he's
बड़े
gonna
गुस्से
take the
भाई
trade. Is pretty good from Global Esports right
बहुत
now.
बड़े गुस्से हैं
Established themselves in a 4v2. The split was perfect. Udotan staying alive on main, waiting for the support was paramount to their this round. And now it's all up to the remaining two players of her Adam to maybe try and make some sense out of this round.
Yeah, it's going to be quite difficult as well. There's just so much control that they have. Shock Dart, though, making it a little bit easier, but that Recon Dart will expose the Heaven approach coming in. Still going to be a 4 versus 2. And again, it's
अरे
just down to
अकेले
the
आज
last
फुल
one on
टर्न
the
डाउन
last
लग रहा है भाई
Yeah.
इजी राउंड
Great stuff initially. I love the pathing this time around. Instantly, there's a change of scent. He said he was confident with it, and I like to see it. They took up short, gave so much, information
This
to
one
RA,
मैं खेल रहा हूँ वैसे,
saying,
है ना?
yeah, we're going to head in from Catwalk. We've gotten in, but we're not going to come through the doors. We're not going to give you the satisfaction of taking the simpler fights. We're going to go Heaven, and then Udotan taking a little bit of attention from that
Hong
A
Kong
main,
sort of
double up that they had between the Jet and KO. The minute he got support, great stuff, pushed in from Heaven and just kind of suffocated them on site and that main cavity.
Oh, look at this, man. Very, very immediately, as soon as they got that round win, there's like 3 regen shields on the players of Global Esports. So this is the round we actually get to see firsthand how the new
ये का सिंबल अरे बाप रे रीजन से ऐसा है
Yeah. We've also heard that Deadlock's going to be getting some
शील्ड का
changes pretty
सिंबल
soon,
भी
so
चेंज
maybe
हो
it
गया
could be
भाई
in the favor of Global Esports if they continue
50
to play this
शील्ड और रीजन शील्ड का
NA-inspired
सिंबल
roster.
आता भाई भाई
Agent Pool, forgive me.
Yeah.
For the moment,
भाई,
though, they're
देखो।
respecting Graham quite a bit, aren't they?
बी जाओ भाई बी जाओ आई थिंक रेड आ गया अभी आज
Just kind of also seeing if Red Adam does the thing where it's an eco round, they're going to be pushing out somewhere, which kind of is true. But Red Adam's
ये मेरे को केली का समझ नहीं रहा उसने 25 शील्ड है और रीजन भी उसके पास यहाँ पे सिर्फ रीजन है वो समझ नहीं रहा
and the timing could actually be bad right now. It's only
मरेगा
UAO that
मरेगा
is
मरेगा
going to be sight. This is going to be exposing him, and he casts
बच
his
गया
Oh, they've gotten one. All right.
तेरे से मार रहा भाई उसका
Picked up though, and he's somehow been found here. Down to 30, 12 HP. Udotan will get taken out of the end. There are a lot of strokes there. Unfortunately, none to protect him from the incoming bullets. 5v3, and it seems like Global Esports' timing of rotation kind of bites them in on their own back. And now it's a difficult situation. Kelly makes it a little easier. Finds the first frag, but they cannot afford to drop any more weapons because they've already given away a Bulldog. These Vandals need to stay alive.
Big problem here, though.
Bye.
Look at the damage coming through. It's going to be a
निकाल
complete
देगा
wipe here. Ueo's the only one
One way
inside
to.
the smoke. Gets the shot. 17 bullets on the Bulldog. Comes out and Kelly S just shuts him
Bundles
down.
ले लो भाई
Easy.
Yeah,
Well,
but a
not
pretty
really super
expensive
easy.
round.
Never mind.
I mean, it was a pretty expensive round. Losing 2 Bulldogs in that round is going to be a cause for extreme investment now. But again, it depends on how far that regenerative shield, economy helps them out, because it is, of course, 650 credits. So it is a lot more safer than buying a full shield into it. But not to forget, Patrick did buy it. So I'm not sure what his buy right now is going to be looking like. We're going to have a look at it as soon as we head in the game. But to mention to all the viewers once again, this is the first time we're seeing Patrick play the Jet on an official capacity, is what I mean to say, with Global Esports. So that is going to be quite the journey.
recon तो मैं भी देता
That's a quick recon dart.
मेरे को रिवील तोड़ो यार
Already, so they know what's happening.
Dash
here from Crystal looks like
Oh wait, what?
ओ भाई ये क्या लाइनअप है
Yoinks UAO at the back.
ये क्या लाइनअप है डेडलॉक का भाई
For Global
भाई साहब
And you gotta also notice this. This is a early
जी निकाला डेडलॉक को भाई मतलब आई मीन केजे को
so he's been stacking up the ult points.
Yeah, he's been farming every orb that he could possibly find, and he got a good bunch of kills as well in the last round. So this is actually a great recovery from Global Esports. It was just about how Patrick could create the space for them to take out that, wall, and he's
Jet diff, guys, jet diff.
as well. It doesn't matter that he loses his life. He's got
3-0
more standing in his place to trade off, if at all, these two
नाइस
rare Adam players decide to
भाई मेरे को अभी भी शील्ड का सीन अच्छा इसने शायद वो रीजन भी खरीदा और कि वो बाहर से रीजन है मतलब और जब 25 शील्ड लिए तो अभी सिंबल वैसा है और रीजन लिए तो वैसा गोल्ड आता सिंबल और भाई में वो
There's no real need to fear losing weapons right now. They're at momentum. They have the money as well. Might as well take the.
बे देखा क्या बे रीजन का
Again,
कैसा आ रहा है सिंबल
bring into that next round. Just chase him down.
बाप रे अभी से टाइम आउट ले ले इन्होंने
Like Rare Adam is just going for that quick little timeout. Already feeling the pressure here, needing to kind of figure out how to deal with this approach that we're seeing from Global Esports. And it's kind of oppressive as well in a way, right? Because you have that double sentinel. If you're able to control the site early or take the site early and plan a spike down, and they still have utility, you have so much stopping power from your opponents trying to retake it, because you can set up the deadlock wall, the traps. The camera is going to be placed in a spot where if you're trying to come in from an awkward angle, it might spot you. So all this stuff is really, I think, kind of layering itself against Rare Adam.
Yeah, and Rare Adam, it's a very early timeout as well. Just 3 rounds in, it seems that the coach is not happy with the way that they've been positioning themselves or playing out these retakes, it seems. But just to mention to the viewers once again as well, Rare Adam also has gone through a complete overhaul of their roster. Midnight is the only one left from that Ascension second place team. Everybody else is actually a new addition. Satoshi, in actual fact, is loaned from XLG, the team that actually won the Chinese Ascension.
Ooh, okay.
Jet को spot कर
And again, this is a quick reminder for our viewers out there. This is patch 9.10, so a lot of changes as we were discussing at the very start of this broadcast. Even with the interviews, lots of stuff.
इसने रीजन शील्ड लिया शायद
And again, I'm seeing the region shield be bought by some of the players right now, even on the
इसने नहीं लिया साइफर ने लिया ये
Yeah, it's actually a
Crystal
great
region
tool
shield
that
ले
eco
लिया
round, right? Because it's not too
ये
crazy
बंदे
of an
ने region
investment
shield लिया
ahead of the half shield that you can
ये
already
कंपनी ने
buy,
लिया
and you get an extra 25 shield if you're able to take a fight, get back again, and get it back again. So you've basically got extra 25 health anytime you're able to actually take a decent fight, get back, and just find some more health to get back in that fight.
तो देखा क्या वो भारती शील्ड का जो सिंबल है वो ब्लू रहा ना मतलब तो तूने रीजन शील्ड लिया और अभी जो दिख रहा है नॉर्मल मतलब वो लोग नहीं लिए
I wonder if this is going to work out, because there's like 4 players of Rare Adam already set up here. Not yet done as they're just switching off Satoshi. Great damage with the
रीडिंग तो है भाई
picks up the Vandal. 2 versus 1 though. This killjoy is going to have a lot of work. UAO does have the region shield and the sheriff. This could be a great moment to see how that works out with the clutch factor. Both players from Global Esports now hunkering down on Hell as UAO slowly inching in. He jumps
Vandal मिल जाएगा
on
उसको
top of them. This is just going to be bad for him. Picks up the rifle and now slowly tries to pick it up, but the 1-2
अच्छा खेल रही
from
फिलहाल
Poppy
तो
and teammate able to make it happen. And Global Esports 4-0 already here, Universe.
वो अपोनेंट को
Yeah,
जो
they're feeling
रेयर आइटम है
confident
ना वो
even
एसेंशन
though
में सेकंड आए
Red
वाले
are
टीम में
actually
चाइना
pretty
चाइना
good at
एसेंशन
giving in the damage in
हाँ
their
वो
eco
तो मेरे को
rounds.
पता है
Satoshi got a really good
ये
3k
लोग
there
थे
because of
करके
भाई रीजन
Patrick's
शील्ड का
weapon that was
सिंबल भी
dropped that
चेंज हो गया
sort
शील्ड
of
का भी
took
अपने
away from him.
ब्लैक
It could have
सिंबल है
been
अगर
close
ब्लू
once
रहा
again.
मतलब
Global
अपन ने
Esports, they're winning these
रीजन
rounds,
शील्ड भी
yes,
खरीदा ना तो ब्लू
but
रहता
they're having to give out a bunch of
अब
their
जैसा
players
केली ने नहीं
at the
लिया
cost of it. Once again,
क्योंकि
four
उसका नॉर्मल है
players
ना
on the
50
side
शील्ड है
of
उसमें से
where Adam with those
ये
decorated shields.
मिडनाइट ने
And of
लेके
course,
रखा
it allows them to buy the
इसने भी
armor. So
लिया
that's actually something that we've not talked about yet, right? Because the full armor, even though present, sometimes is kind of a deficit of a utility that you could buy, you not buy if you go for that 1,000 credits, right? But the Region Shield allows you that kind of comfortability. Maybe we can go in for the op more rounds now.
Yeah, I guess that's the beauty of it, right? Flexibility in purchase. But look at the setup from Satoshi as he almost goes in. Thankfully, there is the refrag squad that is the other players of Global Esports stacked up on that A site. Bit of a mid push right now coming in from Rare Adam as well. Raze Udatana goes back from B main. He could be in a bit of a spell here. I do like the push coming in right now. That top mid hold is going to get exposed, but Crystal now on top mid as well. Spots it out, but
तो उसने अभी खाली बोल रहा
and this might actually be a quick rotation.
मार दिया
Unless Minato has something to say about it, but the operator gets shut down. And this
यही
is
जा रहे
looking
बोल
much
रहे
brighter for Global Esports.
Yeah, Zay gonna be shut
हाँ
down on the other. Oh, he tried to crawl in. I think they saw his leg. I'm not sure, but Zay's gonna have to hold on for a little longer. Has a recon, throws it down. Gets instantly broken. It's a 1v1. Could have held it for a little longer. Poppy just needs to stay alive. Needs to wait for Udatana to come in from heaven and then double swing him out, and that's exactly what they're gonna do. Pretty straight, simple forward. And that's going to be number 5. In the end, somehow Global Esports just have, the right amount of time to play out the round. And it's been working for them. That op, I felt like could have had a better, towards B, because Yudatan's been constantly outside that B region. He's been walking in the main, he's been getting free real estate, and he's been exposing Rare Adam's defenses on that B side. So I feel like they need to try and pressure that out, and kind of by the looks of the setup, it could be the case.
कोई एग्रेसिव कर रहा था उसको मतलब मैं हूँ भाई आके मारो ऐसा है वैसा बैरल दिखा क्या भाई छी भाई
about to go for that fight. Okay, great damage from Poppy though. Does get refragged by Satoshi, but now he's the one only holding on to the site. If Yokam just pushes up with the rest of Global Esports, he could be in a really bad position. Paranoia just delays things as he tries to reposition. So we'll see how this kind of goes.
Oh my God, Satoshi! All right. Incredible spray down. All three of them practically line up for him, and now he's on for the ace, but he's pretty low on HP. It's up to Udatan. He's got the neural theft, deploys it, waits for the heaven swing out, but he's not going to be ready.
ये तो फैंटम यूज करेगा ना फैंटम बफ हो गया अभी
as finally Rare Adam put themselves on the board thanks to a really great spray down from Satoshi there on towards short. Honestly, they kind of lined up during the spray as it was happening, not like it was previously done.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing about that was the paranoia.
Yeah,
it was used defensively, right, to stop them, but because it hit multiple of the members of Global Esports.
पर अब मेरे को समझ नहीं रहा अगर अब तूने फुल शील्ड भी लिया और वो शील्ड भी लिया तो वो दिखने रहा नहीं क्या बस फुल शील्ड दिख रहा है ले सकते ना ले सकते ये देख अब मैं एग्जांपल दे रहा है योकम का देख शील्ड हाँ ये मिनाटो बंदे ने लिया दोनों लिया उसने उसका शील्ड ब्लू कलर का क्योंकि योकम का शील्ड देख नॉर्मल है ब्लैक कलर का हाँ लेकिन अभी उनका जो जेट था ना उसने फुल शील्ड भी लिया था और वो भी शील्ड लिया था देख ठीक है देख वो बता था जी वालों ने लिया ही नहीं है एक भी देखा भाई पापी चल
And one by one, Rare Adam just kind of getting disintegrated.
ओपोनेंट को देखो कोई ना कोई लिया होगा भाई
ये है ना ये देख
हाँ ये 25 वाला लिया ना कोई और है क्या
Satoshi's going to be the one to
उनके जेट ने लिया था, मर गया वैसे, पर उनके जेट ने देख लिया था 50 लिया था उसने, और वो भी लिया था रीजन। भाई लाइनअप वाला ओमेन है भाई। हाँ नहीं, ओमेन तो हाफ शील्ड वाले है।
Now that he sees the gravity well placed in front of him, he does know this is going to be an AX within 20 seconds in hand. Great shot from Satoshi though. This sets things up. That
ओमेन लग रहा है भाई अच्छा
allows
प्ले।
him to reposition, but again he has to wait for his teammate so that
पता है स्विंग करेगा।
it could happen, will happen, and he's already down. So this leaves UAO by himself in a 1 versus 3.
Yeah, you mentioned it. He had to wait for his teammate, but
अब इसने देख, इसने 25 शील्ड लिया और वो भी लिया उसने, रीजन वाला शील्ड भी लिया था, इसलिए उसका ब्लू कलर का था। ओमेन ने सिर्फ
not afraid to take any fights, no matter the number of players on the opponent's side on the site. And once again, it's gonna be where Adam
शायद वही था फुल शील्ड और वही
out here.
पता नहीं, पे देखना पड़ेगा, मुझे आइडिया नहीं
In the
कुछ।
same half to just
दोनों
kind of
टाइम आउट
try
ले
and
ले
stop the
दोनों।
bleeding as much as possible. They do have a good ultimate economy right now, Asarai. They've got 4 ults, and I think they're 1 orb away from the 5th as well. So this should be around where they kind of focus around those ultimate economy to try and, you know, make Global Esports feel uncomfortable, especially on that mid region, because Global Esports have been finding that mid region, you know, pretty convincingly so far. And Rare Adam, no real footprint to, you know, establish any sort of control in terms of real estate.
So I'm not sure how correct this next state I'm gonna say is, but I feel like even though they do have like 4 out of their 5 ultimates available right now, right? It doesn't feel like it's the strongest to use for retake, especially when again they can again setups for Global Esports have been very strong. I think the biggest one would probably be KO, and if they can have UAO's lockdown available, that's going to be quite huge. But without the lockdown, it's going to be, I feel, quite difficult considering what the previous rounds have kind of showed us. But again, as well with the weaker weapon, so this might not be the hottest of things.
नहीं है ना, फायदा का retake नहीं होगा।
Nuclear with the jet blades, it could be something different. But again, not yet too hopeful for Rare Item, at least in this round, especially with the weaker buy.
Yeah, they've already triggered one of their ultimates as knives have been put in. The updraft's already been deployed though, so he's not going to have that. He's not going to have any verticality in this round, if at all he needs, you know, in an actual situation. He was expecting that B push. And look at Global Esports' discipline. They knew that, you know, where Adam might try something different this round because they've got 4 different ultimates. And I'm just, you know, looking at the fact that maybe they're letting this round go by for Adam in the hopes that they can build up that, you know, Killjoy ultimate so that the lockdown can be worked upon on retake. But their biggest win condition in that kind of situation is going to be to take out Crystal, because his Hunter's Fury is just going to nullify that, you know, build up of a lockdown.
मेरे को पता नहीं उसके अपोनेंट के जेट का थोड़ा डाउट आ रहा भाई, अजीब खेल रहा थोड़ा वो।
The tailwind as well as the updraft just to maybe get that contact. So he's going for the hero plays right now. But Global Esports, they're not giving him any satisfaction, man.
इस बार मजा आएगा अभी पे पूरा
we're just gonna play our methodical, slow approach this round. And then explode. But then during that process, he's kind of used all of his, you know, safety abilities. So now it's big contacts here for Minato if he can make it happen.
Oh भाई बढ़िया अल्टे पे
they know there's multiple backside. He spots one, but he's not going to be ready for
प्लान करना पड़ेगा भाई।
And this is going to be a brawl here. They're ready for it.
Plan.
They does get another player down, but that's going to be it. It's a 3 versus 2. Knives still active, by the way, for Minato. Midnight's got his ultimate as well. If they decide to go for this, 1 kill is necessary, but that stun again. It's those deadlock stuns, man. They're so annoying to play against, especially when you're trying to enter a site like this. Because how often okay, I need to walk around these, you know, avenues to make sure that I don't,
मुश्किल है क्योंकि कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते।
It's not that often, especially because those deadlock stuns almost instantaneously catch you if you're right next to it in, you know, just the slightest of vicinity.
It's such a hard place to be in right now for Rare Adam.
उन्होंने रीजन शील्ड से लिया
Their
शायद।
linchpin that's supposed to be Minato is just at 1 kill. Now he's picked up the operator to see if he can make this work. Oh, this is going to be the thing to watch out for. Patrick and Minato.
Wow.
भाई कैसे वे पिक देके मारा उसने भाई, इतना अच्छा है क्या इसका?
अबे वो ऐसा स्लाइड भी मारता है उतना अचूबा नहीं है कुछ था
वो तो है
out of the equation already.
वो जेट प्लेयर्स का इंस्टिंक्ट रहता है वैसे
Loses mid control as well.
ये उसका ऑपिंग खतरनाक लग रहा है मेरे को योकम का
Well, the rest of Rare Atom, so they have to re-encapsulate with Midnight.
वो
Slowly
रोटा
creeping up, but there's like 3 players already.
केजेबी का
Pieces out, he might actually just go down.
भाई लोग पुश किए
Trade from Midnight as he runs away instantly. He is on 20 HP, so he cannot afford to fight anymore. The op's been spotted again, though. Zay's got pretty much control of the entire B site in his hands. Unless, of course, he thought that Global Esports are going to try and tread towards their spawn. Not going to be the case. It's going to be towards short. Satoshi has an op himself. Out goes the updraft and the paranoia as well. Another all committed here. Zay's going to try and slow them down. He does get the tag onto Patrick, and Patrick's gone. As it's up to Pop now to really try and open things up for May. He's been hurt though. Satoshi holding a pretty great angle.
बहुत बढ़िया
Not
पिक
ready
भी
for the closer from short though.
बट
And
ये
Midnight
केओ का
doing his
मैं
level best to just kind of stay alive here on 20 HP. Crystal needs to check this. He's going completely undetected here.
यूनिवर्स है ना
Might get away with it. Nah, Poppy.
यूनिवर्स
More than ready for it. And
हाँ,
is
Universe.
alone with that Odin. And he's probably gonna pop out.
नहीं ये यूनिवर्स ही है
Just about a second. But
हाँ
Global Esports already repositioning together on Heaven. There's no way he's gonna expect this, and it's over. 8-1. And the absolute dominance from Global Esports.
हाँ ये अजूर है ये अजूर है
Immaculate, barring a
ये
couple
अजूर है
of decent moments from Rare Atom. Nothing solid though
वो
from them.
एकदम वो VCT
हाँ
में आवाज आता ना वैसा आ रहा
I
भाई
think it's just
मैं
again
तो वीसीटी में तो करता ना
that just calling back to what Juvenile said about
मेजरली तो
just
करता
being
नहीं
able to just do whatever you want to do and ask forgiveness later about it. And I think right now Global Esports, they're doing everything, and if they win this first map, they're not going to ask any forgiveness from Juvenile because it is looking so dominant right now, Universe. I think the biggest thing that we have to also watch out for here is just, I think just how good the flush out of each of these contacts
sound
has been
सुना था
for Global Esports. Every contact that they've kind of seen, they kind of get it. Sure, there's going to be, you know, some collaterals here and there, but it's not enough that it really ruins the game plan overall for Global here.
Absolutely. That contact burst play, and also the fact that they have no flash
ये यूनिवर्स
is
का
not at
था
all affecting them, is it? They're playing absolutely perfect,
हाँ
even though they're not having to push people off of
हाँ यूनिवर्स का जोर से आवाज आ रहा
corners that they might be
हाँ
peeking
इसका
upon. But
अबे
Rare
नहीं
Atom,
जोर
they're
से भी
actually
नहीं
not holding any of these
हाँ
angles. They're
ये
getting
बंदा
almost
नहीं क्या
scared to
बराबर
fight
पिच
Global
मेंटेन
Esports
कर रहा
हाँ
जब
at
एग्रेसिवली
times.
सारा ना बराबर
Flash
साउंड
comes
बजा
in
रहा
from
हूँ
them.
हाँ वो तो हर बार
Say,
करता
but
हूँ वो
Unicorn's
चिल्लाना चालू
far
कर
away
देता
from
हूँ
that. A is currently the call, and Rare Atom already on the rotation here.
मतलब अच्छा ही कर रहा
That's
है
gonna take out Garden from the
केजे का
equation, but it's gonna be Patrick to entry in. He's got one on Heaven, and Satoshi just shuts him right down as Crystal enters and up close. He's gonna try and keep the control.
रोटा ने ना अपना भाई
I gotta say, Satoshi's been such
अपने
a
बाकी टीम में बढ़िया पर कर रहे नहीं क्या
momentum swing for Rare Atom,
हाँ
even though it's not.
साला ये बोले तो मार मार
It
गया भाई
hasn't really swung any of the rounds their way. Maybe
भाई
he gets
बढ़िया
a
बढ़िया
chance
भाई
here, but
ब्लॉक
yeah,
ऑन
that's
पॉइंट
just
वे
great isolation from the rest
मेरे
of
को क्या है
Global
ना
मेन का नहीं पता उसको मेन
Clears,
हाँ
goes back into the cover of the Cloudburst, but spotted out
हाँ
by
बोल
Urutan and Crystal. That's
सिंपल
gonna be
पॉइंट क्या
down
पता
for
है क्या
him.
ये लोगों
9
को
to 1
अटैक
as
में
Global
जितना निकालना
Esports
निकाल लो
keep
बोलना
this
वही
tempo,
थोड़ा सा
this
मुश्किल है लगा
momentum, this just
शायद
domination of Rare Atom rolling.
You know, I genuinely couldn't care if, you know, Patrick died every single round, even from now, because his work as the fact that he's entering into the site the way he is, that smoke and the dash in, and then he's alive for 2, maybe 3 more seconds, and that's more than enough for his team to kind of flush in.
ये यूनिवर्स है ना
The fact that he's staying alive for those 2 seconds is giving Global Esports everything they need to
op
trade him off instantly the minute he finds
अच्छा
that
स्मोक
little
कर दिया
gap of space in the site.
भाई
Because the
बढ़िया
attention
रीड
he
है
grabs, and of course, on top of that, the bullets that he's gonna spray just instantly makes
देखा होगा ना
people
पैसा है
lose
तो
their
कर
direction.
सकते हो आप
And he's genuinely doing great work, even though he's at the bottom of the scoreboard.
Oh, this is gonna be rough. It is going
डेडलॉक का
to
अल्ट है ये
be
राउंड मजा है
once again midnight.
भाई पकड़ रहा बे उसना अल्ट बराबर पकड़ रहा वो
Oh no!
क्रिस्टल भी सब उसको मार दिया अच्छा इसने पापी को मारा स्मोक ने अपने पास इस बार
Global Esports is to just pick up.
Interesting place for a lockdown. You actually could spam it down. I'm not sure, but Global Esports keen on fighting this. They know one stuck on the left. They're trying to spam him out of that little space,
भागो
but they're
भागो
not gonna
भागो
be able to. They're gonna just restrict themselves to main, but they've got an open sight of line.
ये करने की जरूरत नहीं थी रे बाबा
They've got no smokes there,
200
and
अच्छा
it's just gonna be a massacre on
मेरे को लगा कोलैटरल खाएंगे भाई वो ऑफ से
questionable ult at that, but
आने
they
भी
had
दिए
to
नहीं
commit
बट
it because they had no garden control. A-Star was completely open and they were forced to put it down on Heaven. But unfortunately, on the flip side of it, Global Esports were completely ready for the fact that they
लाइक
can just
VCT में
send
तो
3 players down
कहा
A main
किक ऑफ में
and
पहली
have
बार
Iron
तो
start
वाइटलिटी के
hitting
साथ खेले
whatever
थे.
Adam throws at
मेरे
them.
को तो पुरानी जी भी नहीं क्या
Yeah,
साले
you're absolutely right. The biggest
वो
thing
लोग
about that is
पैसिफिक के
if they
टीम
don't,
के अलावा
if they
बाकी
didn't
टीम के साथ
plant
खेली नहीं
or
वे
they didn't set the
हाँ
lockdown,
सिर्फ
वो proper
पहली जी ही खेली थी,
uh,
वो भी वाइटलिटी के खिलाफ.
garden spot, right?
हाँ
उसके बाद कभी
क्योंकि वो
इंटरनेशनल गया ही
कंबाइंड
कोई.
फेस
does
ऑफ हुआ
not
था ना
get
वो तो इसलिए
भाई
अभी
hit
मैं
as
वही बोल
well
रहा
by the
था
lockdown.
कि मेरे को
So
लगा था
yeah,
there's
पुरानी जी
even
की भी औकात
more
नहीं है पैसिफिक
incentive
के
right
बाहर
now
अच्छी
for
चोंग
Global Esports to
हाँ
just hold A main because, as you mentioned, there's no smoke, so they're just gonna
Yep.
get pushed or they're just gonna hold the angle. If they start
चाइना वाले पता नहीं मेरे को
out, it's
ये
gonna be
बता
more of a
ये इनका जेट मेरे को बहुत अजीब
and
खेल रहा
you
लग
know
रहा
Global Esports
है.
is
लाइक
in a better spot to kind of just
अभी शायद मार
Yeah.
अभी शायद मार
Extreme
सकता
fight
क्योंकि
towards
अभी इसका
mid-range
आइडिया
right now.
नहीं.
They spotted two. There
हाँ
comes the
भाई
grenade, but
जेट
it's gonna
डिफ
be
पूरा
Young who
जेट
just
डिफ कर रहा
swings
भाई
out
वो कब
wide and takes out his counterpart. And he
शोभा
knows
का
what
भी
he wants
आइडिया
towards
है.
market. They're gonna let him live for now. They're just waiting for the any sort of backup to come in from their spawn region, but nothing of that sort. Rare Adam not moving an inch from where the rest of the players are. They've just left Zay in towards market to fend off for himself as Global Esports now wait for Rare Adam to make their move. A good paranoia. Not going to give too much to Zay though. As
भाई
Midnight goes out
क्या
towards
निकाल रहे
short,
भाई.
gives up his life.
वो
And
बोलते
it's
ना
just
वो
fragmented.
रुक गए
How
जाके
Rare
वहाँ पे.
Adam are getting picked off.
अपोनेंट
One by
इम्पेशेंट
one,
हो जाते ना
peeling
कि
out
भाई
in
क्या
angles
कर
as
रहे
they're
क्या कर रहे.
giving
वो मेरे को तो लग रहा है
voluntary
वैसा हो रहा
fights
भाई.
to Global Esports where they're outnumbered. Mistakes. It's
भाई
kind of just become desperate at this
अल्ट
point.
मार दे लास्ट राउंड है भाई.
30 seconds left.
It really has been. And Satoshi's just already spotted. Now they're just going for the kill. Poppy.
आ गया
What delivered to
भाई उसके पीछे.
cannot. Satoshi, great reposition though, so he might be able to at least
पापी
pick
के
up a couple
पीछे.
of
हाँ उनका वोमेन
stats.
अकेला बढ़ेगा.
Able to get 2 kills, but that's going to be that for this first half. 11-1 in Global Esports. Incredible performance against Rare Adam here.
11-1.
Yeah, absolutely
ये
brilliant.
कॉमेडी
Satoshi's
होगा
been
भाई.
the only shining light in
Pink का क्या
a
scene है?
rather
हांगकांग
dull
में
Rare
दोनों.
Adam who've been just kind of
फिर
struggling
भी
to
उनका
keep
कम ही है थोड़ा
the
सा.
pace up with Global Esports. Even at times when Global Esports kind of slow down, play on that contact burst, they've just not been able to reposition to right angles where they are supporting each other, getting the trades. Because number
और
one
केली
problem
बहुत
right
मार रहा
now
है.
for Rare Adam is the fact that the trades are almost non-existent.
खाली गेम तो उसको भी खेलने दो बे.
And
हाँ वही.
when you're getting pressed this much by Global Esports, that's all about
साला
the
IGL
trades,
इसका
right?
मतलब ये
And
नहीं
they've
कि
been
कुछ
just
करेंगे
really,
साला.
approaching
मैं भी तो कभी कभी टॉप
these
ट्रैक करता हूँ.
contact
मैं
points very
क्या बोल रहा
close
कुछ.
at any given
साले.
moment. It's so difficult to be in that spot as Rare Adam if you only have like one player on contact. Now it's gonna be full blast on mid.
बाप रे.
Wow, okay.
ये तो खत्म कर दे.
Right now as it's just Global Esports man taking all the kills.
पीक दो ना सब लोग.
Okay, the classic was
एक
supposed to
जन
be
क्यों
slightly
पीक दिया
inaccurate,
वैसे?
but of course the free weapon still takes away two there.
ऐसे उसको 1-on-1 दे रहे थे बाद में बोले जाने
Yeah.
दे.
Oh yeah. How do you feel about that change? Are you a classic abuser or do you always get abused by one?
Both. I do like the classic a lot more than the ghost. The thing is, it's not as effective
Classic
as the
ammo
ghost,
कम
sure,
कर रहे
but
ना.
you
हाँ
understand
क्या ammo
how
कम
to
हो
get
गए.
yourself a shield,
और वो
give yourself
accuracy
some
inaccuracy भी बढ़ा देता
more
है.
utility if possible, right? And if you just kind of hold your position for a little bit, it's accurate enough.
वो लोग force नहीं किए क्या?
It has good damage, but don't try to shoot at it in far range against someone that has a ghost or a sheriff. You're definitely gonna lose. But
Yeah.
if you play around it, it's a great weapon, and again, it's free.
Yeah, of course. It is indeed free. Where Adam, of course, with a desperate final buy here, it is match point, and they could be looking at a 13-1 loss in their first map of face-off, which of course is not a great statement going into the second map. But it is going to be their pick, of course. We're heading to split after this. So who knows what
भाई
will
वो
change there.
वो
For the moment,
ट्रिप मार
playing
देगा
a bit of
काला
a
का
default here as well as it seems they've just kind of split up between mid and
जेट के लिए भाई.
mostly. And they're just kind of retreating back from A now after giving a bit of initial contact, waiting for Global Esports to do something. Maybe the attack right now is heading towards B, where they've got Patrick and Yudotan waiting for them.
अबे ये मैप जी का है.
हाँ.
Okay.
भाई अचानक से 60 FPS का वो चलने लग गया है पूरा.
Before he does get hit by the blade as well. Before he gets hit by the KO blade, right? Midnight's taking some brunt of damage already.
तो देखा क्या अचानक से फ्रेम्स बूस्ट हो गए और स्मूथनेस आ गया स्ट्रीम पे. भाई भाई. Certain one.
Yep.
Remaining and he's stuck all the way in mid.
Yeah, too far, too fragmented, and just too less of everything almost at this point. Where Adam, they're not going to be feeling good about this at all. You can see a couple of smiles there, but just to give them a little credit as well, ladies and gentlemen, this team as well is almost just as new as Global Esports is.
Rotan भी बढ़िया खेला.
They've lost their Ascension second place team. They went to the final. They went to the final with
उनका
them
नाम है.
back then, and they just couldn't make it all the way through. And on the back end of that, Midnight's the only one to survive that entire roster. He's the only one who's there right now, and the rest of them are still settling in, finding their way. So having a difficult time, just like how we did yesterday on Haven. But yeah, I hope that cat sitting right there can give them a little bit of joy. Maybe just a couple of cuddles would help them right now. Yeah, there's a cat on the chair on the left side where the.
I thought that was just a fluffy
No, that's a cat.
Okay, I apologize. I gotta say though, it was a very dominant performance for Global Esports. I gotta give credit where credit is due. Rare Adam, Satoshi, absolute menace against Global Esports. There were some rounds that I thought Global was gonna lose, like 2 to 3 rounds in the first half, because of just how well Satoshi was anchoring that site by himself. And again, the stats
Smoker बड़ा खेल रहा था.
and the 275 ACS.
उनका पुराना प्लेयर सबसे मिडनाइट है, जो पहले से है वो टेबल.
Well, he's been pretty great himself. I think by a clear shot. The MVP is of
लोग but Ascension में second है, मैं वो
he's
शॉक
been
हुआ बेबी.
incredible with those annihilations. Every single one he's hit has connected, by the way, and for sure has gotten him a free kill. So it's been incredible how they've been able to read where the positions of these players are, and it's almost like they're setting up these guys, their opponents into these gaps where Kelly can just shoot that, laser beam through the sky and find a great kill, right? So we're gonna have a lot of this
तो
maybe
by
looking
deadlock
forward
call
to,
बड़ा किया वो.
in the upcoming games. Maybe we see another Ascent tomorrow or day after, unless the other team that comes on starts to ban Ascent. You never know, because this was a great showing from Global Esports.
अबे क्योंकि वो लोग देखना डिफॉल्ट टीम लिए साला.
Absolutely.
हाँ.
I gotta say as well, as a follow-up here, I was a little bit, apprehensive with the double sentinel at the very start, but with how well I think the other pieces of Global Esports was able to play in the first half, it felt like, again, it just complemented what was already there for Global Esports.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just really glad that we played a lot more like a team today. And who better to tell us about this than the coach himself, Juvie. I'm pretty sure you've got a big wide smile on your face right now, and I would love to see. I'm pretty sure the fans would love to see it. Tell me, what was the idea behind this Ascent comp?
Yeah, this is actually the comp we ran with Lev. We cooked up, me and I put a
Lev का तो comp है.
Let's be honest, we stole it from
Cypher Text था भाई.
There was a tier 2 NA team who was running this comp, doing really well in tier 2, and so we stole it and made it our own. I've made a few changes. We ran Omen before, now we're running Astra instead. And I feel like that makes a big difference for the comp too. I think it makes the default.
Deadlock कौन खेलता था लेव में?
Astra's able to play.
कॉम खेलता था क्या?
Passively, and it's been good. It's a really good comp.
नहीं, कॉम तो सुबह खेलेगा भाई.
It's really strong. We've had teams who beat it pretty badly.
King.
But against meta,
Mazino.
Yeah, can I ask?
Mazino ही IGL था ना, जो IGL है वही खेल रहा है actually.
Counter it does to the meta comp on Ascent. Does it hurt the KJ a lot more, or I'm just kind of curious, what was the thought process, with this to counter stuff, if it's okay to ask?
No, the whole point of the comp to you just deny information. Like, we have all of B main, we have all of A main, we have all of mid. They have no information. And at that point, you basically just walk contact at this point, walk up, because at this point, they're forced to start peeking with their bodies. Now they got to jump spot, now they got to swing, they got to do something, because they have no information on what's going on around the map. And it's just denies information, and it makes it really easy to play.
तो देखा क्या, एक राउंड मिड पुश किए थे, जेट को मारे इन्होंने और वही खड़े हो गए शांति से. बाद में वो लोग ही पिक दे रहे अपोनेंट वाले.
A phrase that you mentioned,
वो बोलते हैं ना, नॉइस कट कर देते हैं अपन भी.
Overrated, right? And you show that, in this, clearly no flash. The Omen also would be the only one, if at all you were playing that, would have given you the one little, paranoia that could set up stuff. but you were
हाँ
completely off the bench.
लड़का पूरा कंट्रोल करके बैठे थे वो
Idea
अबे
behind it. Tell
नॉइज
me
भी
a little
मेक
bit
कर रहे
about
थे
what
वो
your
लोग तो
thought
किल
process
भी
was
नहीं
ओडोटन
कर
तो हाँ केजे को मारा था
you know, to set up your duelist or maybe something
उनको
around
लगा
that
रोटेट कर गए
universe. How
साले इधर
has
से
this been successful?
Yeah, I mean, flashes are great when you're executing and when you're retaking. Those are the two things you never want to do with this comp. You never want to execute, and you never want to get into retake situations. Because if you're in a retake situation, you just don't have the utility. You don't have the utility to
फ्लैश ही
execute.
नहीं
You can really only execute when you have ults with this comp. So it's just, yeah, it's just, yeah, like I said, it's flashes are overrated. I don't know. That's really all there is to it, man.
तो मतलब ऐसा रहेगा ना जब इनका अटैकिंग रहेगा तभी चोलोगे कॉम्प लेगा है ना बोल सकते हैं ना डिफेंस में शायद चेंज होगा
ओमेन लेने के चांसेस है डिफेंस
were kind of discussing while the game was happening was Satoshi was kind of the one player from Rare Atom that was giving trouble to Global Esports. Can I ask just, did you give any words to GE during this time, you know, to kind of just face against Satoshi, or were they just kind of discussing on how themselves and how to kind of deal with Satoshi here?
वो सब कुछ नहीं है रे
No, I mean,
एक बंदा कितना ही मारेगा
that won 3K when he was near Jin, and honestly, that was more of a fuck up on our end. Mark or Yokum or Patrick Hu or Patrick Y for this point, one way to our own team into him. So there's just a little mistake. I mean, he obviously played well, but it's tough to play well when you lose 13-1. Nobody's gonna have a good score, you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Well, you've got Split coming up, and I feel like a little bit of a redemption, maybe, you know, you're crawling up your nerves right now. Any thoughts about what you might expect from Rare Atom on this map? Because, of course, this is their map pick.
I assume stop seeing us lose to Naus on Split. I think they're just gonna run double duelist. And if they run double duelist, I feel like we made the changes. Like I said, we didn't lose because of the comp. You guys can go back and watch my VOD from yesterday. I did a VOD review of us playing Split yesterday.
हाँ खुद ही किया उसने 2 घंटे का
Tons of a jillion other mistakes that happened that add up to a loss, right? And so today is just clean up those mistakes, be more proactive and less passive.
नहीं इनका भी ग्लोबल स्पोर्ट्स वाला जो लोगो है ना
Well,
वो शायद
Juby, thank you so
उभर
much.
के है ना वो
Great first game for
इनग्रेव्ड
today.
है ना
Hopefully, it's going to be continuing on the next as well.
शायद से
All the best for Split. We'll see you.
जोमिनल के टी-शर्ट का ग्लोबल स्पोर्ट्स का
GE winning, boys.
GE winning.
GE winning indeed. We'll find out how far that can go. Yeah, we'll find out. You know, he's here to change that hashtag. You know, we're GE fighting until last year. Now he's like, nah, it is gonna be GE winning. And well, I'm glad. I'm glad. You know, it's time about, you know, Global Esports, you know, we start winning, and we're gonna see hopefully that on Split as well. But Adam, I'm not gonna count them out just yet. Split is a really tricky map with them as far as I've seen in the previous, you know, tournament that they played. They do play double duelist, but they've kind of shifted around it a little bit. Like I said, they can play multiple comps. So maybe throwing a curveball here, seeing what Global Esports already played yesterday, they could adjust to that and give them more trouble than they did on Ascent.
मैं बोलता है यूनिवर्स का कास्टिंग से थोड़ा बहुत जा सकता है वो भी इंटरनेशनल में नहीं क्या पैसिफिक में एटलीस्ट
Absolutely.
So there could be a part where you know, the map control for Global Esports might shift a little bit compared to what we saw in Ascent. But again, depending on how a Rare Atom goes about this, we'll just have to see how this kind of unravels. Again, double duelist could pop out here. Could spell a little bit difficult because I think the biggest problem for Rare Atom
आजकल इंडिया में
they didn't really had enough, I think, players willing to really peak and be safe. Sure, they had
बे पहला टेस्ट में जसप्रीत बुमराह कैप्टन है ना
quite well, quite quickly. Imagine if there was a Yoru in this time or Raze that's adding up a little bit more control around the map. Maybe that's going to help out Rare Atom. But again,
रोहित शर्मा तो घर पे है ना
तो
अच्छा वाला
Yeah, I think, you know, a little bit more of a setup buddy system for
अभी अपन बोल सकते हैं शर्मा जी का बेटा क्रिकेटर
the
बनेगा
number one problem for them because they were getting caught out in places where nobody in any part of the map could actually help them out, because you could see Minato sticking along with Midnight at times where, you know, he could set him up with flashes, but Minato was never in a position to take a fight convincingly enough where the flash points could help him out in that case. But now I think things are going to change. Of course, we might end up seeing a breach as well from their end. A lot of different things that could be expected. I'm completely unsure about what Rare Atom are going to be bringing into this particular version of Split against Global Esports.
तेरा क्या prediction था वैसे आज? मैंने 2-0 किया.
And love that Neon
मेरे live
and
stream
the Sova as well. They play that Sova on Split, which of course is an anomaly. You don't really see that agent, but Crystal has got a good impact. We saw it yesterday as well. What do you feel about that neon split comp with the Sova?
क्योंकि exploring का अच्छा है बोलते हैं ना
Honestly, I actually do
और double
like
duelist
it
वाला
a lot. It's because at least the neon,
I think वो
because
smoke
how many
Omen
sort of,
खेलेगा duelist
setups
क्या
you have with the controller,
Hmm.
they do play that Viper Astra, so there's a lot
क्योंकि
of
अच्छा के मार रहा था
not being able to see through that, obviously, and then you have the fast lane with the neon. Having one well-placed recon dart can at least give Patrick that bit of clarity to kind of focus his efforts on, right? Because there's so many things you have to clear out on A side, B side, mid lane, on split, so that kind of helps it out a little bit. The only problem I think right now, if you're going to be playing a Sova on split, is the same thing that we've been having issues with on Sova and split, is that it takes too long to kind of set up, and you're kind of bursting in as Patrick, so they have to find, they have to find that fine line of being able to set up while he's about to just kind of rush in. So definitely something you just kind of watch out for here.
एक मिनट में आया अभी
Because again, that change of tempo between these two players can definitely be a problem.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to find out what Rare Adam have got in store for us, ladies and gentlemen. The agent select coming up right now, as we're going to see Global Esports stick to their usual. And yep, Midnight's going to be taking on the Big Bad Breach there. We got Minato and Razor Yoru coming in. So they're going to be doing the exact same thing that they did in their previous game in the Chinese tournament that they played. Satoshi's going to continue on the Yeoman. And it's a pretty aggressive comp here for Rare Adam. That's right. I don't expect them to kind of play as slow as they did on Ascend, of course, because they need confidence right now, and I think it needs to start with the pistol itself. And given the fact that they're starting off on what is considered to be historically the slightly more weaker side of split, they will need at least 4, maybe 5 rounds before going into the second half.
Yeah, fair enough, right? But there is a lot of stopping power right now for Global Esports. They got Yes is playing on the Viper.
Defense,
I think there was some discussion yesterday about people just saying, "Oh, Viper, that's kind of interesting," but I think it's very strong as well. And again, imagine the wall just being able to be placed even before your Astral Ultimate is there, so you have something to separate, pushing into a site.
पिछले बार weird क्या बोलते हैं लिवातन का फॉर्म क्या था स्प्लिट का याद है क्या तेरे को
really do like this one. It also stops maybe
आसपास रेस खेलता था ना बाकी का सेम था बराबर बाकी का सेम था हाँ क्योंकि कॉम तो सोवा ही खेलता उसको सोवा ही दिए होंगे और अपना टेक्स्ट खेलता था साइफर वुमेन था जाएगा हाँ फेड भी खेलता था
Yeah, well, here they go once again. They're going in towards Rams. Kelly gonna hold them off, but look at how quickly Minato's come in from the mid-region, supported by Satoshi, and now it's Yutatown alone on site to try and defend this for as long as he can. Gone down to 22 already. Nade's gonna push him off his angle as well, and he's got no chance of surviving here. And already pedal to the metal, it seems, for Rare Adam, of course, with this comp. You would expect this, and now they're ready to go in all the way towards their spawn. One gun, but that's all he's gonna get.
Easy one,
of course, who better than the Clutch Master himself, Poppy? He's gotten
Clutch Master
multiple of these clutches in his hands. The win rate is pretty high, but it's all about the crossfire that he needs to break. But Zay takes him out from under heaven, and that's going to be Rare Adam's first round on split.
Yeah, that was
अगर
very
बंदा वो नहीं कर
messy
पाया तो
for
वेस्ट
both
है
teams. I think that that exchange of flashes was just enough so that Minato and that mid push coming in from Rare Adam was enough to kind of just pinch in. You saw how I think confused Global Esports was in that context. They really wanted to hold the top of ramp, and unfortunately didn't really have time to retreat back into regress back into their own part of the A site.
पहला पिस्टल राउंड आ रहा है क्या
Now kind of just checking the map right now. This is going to be a push from Rare Adam. No one's home.
नहीं ये आज पहला पिस्टल राउंड आ रहा है बोला है
Yeah, it's going to be pretty easy for them to plant down, but Global Esports yesterday and even the day before, they've actually been pretty good on these eco rounds. So even though they stack the other site, most usually they're able to actually dish out really good damage, and even in some, half the cases actually win these rounds because they're not too pressured by the time of the spike as it keeps ticking down. So we're gonna see how exactly they're gonna approach this. 4 right now on the flank, as Crystal's just going to hold on towards mid to see if anybody's overextending from the side of Rare Atom. Because the minute they've seen this tripwire get triggered, I think that they're going to start moving in more towards Global Esports' territory of spawn. And there it is, Midnight, keeping his aftershock ready. Stun comes in. It's going to be Patrick who has to give up his life, but the rest of the team can pretty easily just die to the spike here, except for maybe dropping a couple.
Gaya Vandal to gaya.
They will drop one Vandal, and that's going to be not retrieved by anybody from
Crystal काय को जिंदा है? Crystal Vandal उठ.
pick up the Vandal, but no, he goes down at the very last second.
हाँ उठाया but मार दिया उसको.
That's just plain unlucky, man.
Yeah, that's great timing though
अरे
from Adam.
2 minute 2 second late तो गिरा.
Have a cleaner start here compared to that ascent map that we saw. I actually thought Crystal forgot to take the L on that explosion from the spike, but he was trying to save the Vandal as you were mentioning. Now, oh, this is interesting, man.
Nice set up.
He bumped his head on the
नहीं ये क्या अच्छा ये.
It's all good. We're done. No more aggressive play.
Attacking का है.
Happens to the best of us. Give them a little bit of initial contact sound and have gotten away from there, and also a fake TP towards A. They've triggered the fake out as well, just to make sure that Yurotan is going to keep himself busy there alongside Patrick. But Global Esports, look at this. They're going to go for that re-clearance towards B main as a 3-stack, and this might actually be really good information from them because there's nobody from Rare Atom except for Yuo, and he is gonna expect them to push in. He's holding it. He's come back here. One flash could actually kind of turn things around, and maybe he's holding it for a little too long as they swing out and find the spike as well. Satoshi's here. A deep start, smokes it up, and that's Global Esports in control of the win condition of this round for Rare Atom.
Oh, this is just bad. Satoshi had the ultimate from the
But duelist का है दोनों OSS switch लोग.
Rotated all the way through the A side. This is not looking too good. They could potentially just retake this completely as they're coming from that wraparound on B main, right? But the problem with that is it's still a 5 versus 2. And if they show themselves, Kelly S is going to spot them. That's going to call back the other two players, and there's not really enough time, so maybe just save the weapons, live to fight for another round, but they're wanting this blood here, Universe, and they're trying to at least take some bodies away from Global Esports. There's just no time left, though.
Yeah, maybe just picking up that Vandal is going to be the best decision, or the Phantom, whatever is dropped down there. Crystal's just going to hold this angle, not push. Good decision, good discipline. No more lives lost for Global Esports except for the Viper. And that is what they needed. That re-clearance from Global, though, really good stuff. And they've been doing this, in their previous games as well. When a team kind of, aggresses a certain part of the map, they're just going to wait for them to kind of stop making their noise. And then they go as a 3 or as at least a 4 to make sure that they find map control back again. So Global Esports' major gameplay, like, Juvenile's mentioned, has been contact burst, right? He's been really stressing upon getting map control, not just pure contact, and it's been working for them so far.
Yeah, again, when you're a lot more proactive, you see where your opponent wants to play. It gives you ideas or, good information on how to kind of adjust,
ट्रैप है भाई.
approach things as the
रिक्लेयर वापस करेगा क्या? इस बार बंदे ज्यादा. शॉट है भाई. मार के पीछे. हाँ वो ट्रिप का क्या है भाई? कुछ का. वही.
So the Omen's gone, which means it's going to be really difficult for them.
इसका ult बहुत important रहेगा.
A split push, which is going to be coming in from the Heaven. Kelly, Crystal, both available here, but there's a showstopper to try and maybe ease things up. It's not going to work though, as it connects to nobody. But the guys from main actually just get in and find the trades. It's perfect movement from Rare Atom to actually cause chaos on side, and even the Global Esports found the trades. It's come down to a 2v2. UAO gonna put in a cam just to check anybody's up close, nobody around that smoke, and it's gonna be up to Patrick's gonna clear out under Heaven. Both these players of RA playing on the back of site. They've seen this down. They know that
Hilo
Patrick. Oh my God, the readjustment. And this agent is absolutely nuts.
Party?
First of all, That was a godly play from
मेरे को भी
Patrick.
लगा वही
And
मारेगा साला
secondly,
पर ऐसा
getting
मारा
a
वो
knee
नहीं
on nerf
इतना
in
गंदा नहीं
Patrick's
मारेगा
own
लगा भाई.
patches. So
ये
please,
मतलब मजाक चल रहा है क्या स्लैम
that was sick though. Let's look at this replay real
निकल
quick.
निकल ऐसा.
Oh, that readjustment on the spray. The first accuracy contact after the slide is just brutal. But
Yeah.
I was about to say, he did have the stun, which I really liked. He used it in a very good spot.
वो अगर उधर स्टन करता तो और खतरनाक था
So
भाई.
as soon as he didn't see anyone kind of retreating from that, immediately knows that it's going to be either B main, but of course it's going to be probably back up B side, especially where the spike was planted. So just really good approach and retake there from Patrick and teammate.
Yep. Oh, here they go once again. Similar pathing as they've taken that B heaven control convincingly.
Oh.
Radam and Global Esports happy to give it away. Actually, they're more comfortable playing on site and letting Radam come to them. As they are on eco right now. RA. And they spotted
पुल
one
के लिए
bomb,
वो
so
शायद ना.
there's at least one rifle
अबे
on
ये
the
इनको
squad right
खेलने
now.
बोलता अबे मैं
Very keen to challenge it.
अरे
And it's a good
ये
challenge from
गलत था
Minato.
भाई.
On the back of the
ठंड में
getting
मारा
stunned, is
उसने.
able to
करके
take
बोला
down
बे मैं
the
वही
Viper,
बोलता हूँ
and he survived by just 3 HP.
दे दे
Decision
दे
right
दे.
now would be good for him to, you know, pass over that weapon.
Nice,
Jarwin
nice.
loses it, and they've lost that Vandal that could have helped them win the round.
बढ़िया.
1-for-1 trades coming in. Where Adam's still in this round at the moment, but it's
मरेगा बे.
Patrick to try and
बाप
make
रे
them
पैट्रिक.
lose everything. Sliding
पता है
out,
उसको
going
मैंने.
everywhere, and the confidence on this kid.
ये मैम बढ़िया
that
है ये
neon
मैप
is
उनका मतलब
absolutely
इसका
sky
योकम का
high.
बढ़िया है
Yeah.
पिछले बार भी ये मैप
ओडोटन
वही
को
His
डॉमिनेट
name's Patrick. It's
वही
not Rick.
ओडोटन को बोलने को
You
ना
get
मिल
the,
गया.
you got the
बहुत देर से नहीं आया
देख.
ना
the
आप
reference.
अब देखेगा
I think
मैं.
you're old.
There's very few people who got
30
it. but
seconds
yeah.
left.
Oh, I'm sad. Okay, sorry. Going back into the
नहीं
game
यार.
now. 2 versus
नहीं
1.
पे तो पूरा सेटअप है भाई.
He's got the spike. If he
कैम
gets
चेक
the
कर
plant
बोलना.
on this A site though,
कैम
right,
चेक
he
कैम
will
चेक.
have rolling thunder. The only big problem is, yeah, there is the utility on the cipher already.
टाइम.
They might not be able to spot out
10
the.
seconds left.
Okay, never mind. He's not gonna spot it. He needs to clear it out before he wants to play at the back of the site as well, or try to be.
अबे
ये-
उनको लगेगा ये बैक साइड यार
fighting 2 versus 1.
नहीं नहीं अब मजा है.
Oh yeah.
ये
That's exactly what
ये
it
गलती है भाई क्योंकि
कैसा मार के भाग रहा भाई वो.
This kid
कौन
is
उतना
crazy.
एम किसका पलटेगा मैं. और तू वो देख रहा है क्या वो
He just
एम पूरा
jumps
पलटा
out,
जा रहा है
yeah,
नियॉन
for
पे
a
और
slight
दूसरा
jump.
आराम से पिक
That's
देके मार
actually
रहा है.
really
ऐसा मैं भी
almost
मारता भी नहीं हूँ लेकिन
unbeatable up to a point.
पर वो साला
Where
कुछ
how
गलतियाँ
on earth
उड़ी
you
उड़ी
हाँ.
मारता
kill
साला
him
वो
there,
वही
right?
तो.
How are you gonna readjust so quickly to take out Uraton, who's ready for you?
ये
And that's
वाला
exactly what
स्लाइड
happened
गलत
in
था
the
भाई.
retake of the
Hmm,
previous
वो
right
देखना.
back side. You know, Patrick just swung out,
जब
and even if he
करके.
had lost his life there, Yuta would have gotten both of them, pretty sure.
हम्म.
Yeah. The ability right now of Global Esports to just keep kind of cascading slowly and trading, even though you don't think it's gonna happen,
Alright, I know.
has been such a big problem right now for Rare Adam. And unfortunately for Rare Adam here,
मिड से वो हर बार मिड टू ये करेगा रेजूम का. हाँ.
Wow.
केली मार दिया.
Instant ultimate, the Hunter's Fury.
केली भी मार दिया. रेड कर दिया शायद मिड से वो कर रहा था.
Completely from the grid, and Midnight was tagged by it too, so he's down to 70 HP. And a full buy round, by the way, for Rare Adam just boiled down to 2 players who are just struggling even for information at this point. It's just a matter
Now
of
Rare Atom rarely winning a round लग रहा भाई.
brutal. You just, and again, it just feels like there's
Discipline भी है अभी.
guesses or just I don't want to say guess. It probably is like confident plays right now, right? From Global Esports. Sure, it's a 3-2. They've only have that 1 round advantage, but it was a big turnaround.
notice
swing,
करने
and
वाली
they
बात
just
क्या
said,
पता है क्या?
you know what? If this doesn't
Hmm.
work, we still have
ये
so much
साला,
utility to kind of retake everything else.
पहले
We
के
have
initial fights
Patrick
लेने को
who
डर
does
भी नहीं
have
रहे.
his
हाँ
overtime.
और बाद में डिसिप्लिन
If
वही
it doesn't
बाद
work
में
out,
डिसिप्लिन करने के लिए भी डर नहीं रहे वो
with
सब.
at least that,
ऑब्वियसली
the Hunter's Fury
टैंट हो
left,
गया
they have
सामने
so
में.
much left in the tank with the 5 players.
और जा भी देख साथ में रहे
Heard
अभी.
it all already. Midnight, he's got to have the set up like the
देख
godliest
लो बेचारे को
angles with
पूरा
that,
अभी
rolling
स्लाइड
thunder is,
मारेगा
and
क्या.
Patrick just wants blood. He just wanted to chase that kill all the way on heaven.
Yeah, his team just called him back, told him just hold on,
भाई.
we'll get you to your kills. Get away from our
कसम
stun
का
is
टर्न है
amazing.
भाई.
The rolling thunder comes in though, it does save Satoshi no. Too many players to mark upon.
नहीं योकम मैं जहाँ देख रहा हूँ उसको मेरे को योकम में दिख रहा है भाई. इतना क्या घूम रहा है वो?
As once again a team effort here.
रीटेक के लिए बढ़िया कर रहा
Really
हूँ
good stuff.
वही ये
Patrick,
देख
I think if you were
स्टन
just
एकदम
excellent out there,
जबरदस्त
might
उसको
have
मारा
been
फिर
more easier. You
को
know,
भी
that
लगा
control at the
उसको
last second.
वही
Just tell him, hold on, don't
दोनों
go just yet. We're getting you in there. You
और
can
फिर
get the
ब्रीच
kill
को भी
stuff.
जाके वही मार
It's
रहा है
really
भाई.
important for him. And that's going to give Adam another reason for a timeout. Mickey is going to call it in. And it's not been easy. Both these maps, the start has been difficult for them. I thought that after the pistol and the follow-up, where Adam might actually get off to a good foot here, but clearly the coach is not comfortable.
Yeah, they're having a lot of trouble.
तेरे जैसी तो खा रहा.
Those 2-round starts from Rare Adam looked incredible, but the problem is, again, there's that variance of, oh, it was the pistol round, oh, we didn't have full utility, but now that, you know, the setup's already been placed here by Global Esports, how are they going to be playing to adjust? And it seems like it hasn't been working out, even though we did see the double duelist come out. We haven't really seen the value of that really press up. Minato, the thing that he's just been doing is just throwing his double satchel at the very start, right? Trying to catch anybody that he can. But you're not really going to be able to do that. So maybe saving the satchels would be the better option. Raze hasn't been getting as much value with this Yoru as well. I think they wanted to try to cascade maybe the flashes with him and the breach, but it hasn't been working out. Or maybe have a breach done somewhere and maybe get a catch. But because they don't have a initiator that gets information like a Sky or a Sova, he can't really go into a TP being sure that there's someone at the back of it right on contact. So they have to be reactive rather than proactive as Rare Adam, which is bad when you're going to be playing on the attacking side.
Yeah, there is a tripwire right across Minato here, but he's holding that angle, hoping that somebody maybe comes to re-clear this little corner. But GE not interested because they do have 3 players here, and all they need to do is play on the back of that trip. Start moving in now. Oh, is he actually going to do this yet? Kellyus is going to go for the re-clearance. He's going to lose his life, and so will Unatan, and that's a problem. But there is a trade-off for Yokam. 1 for 2 though. 3 versus 4 now, and Crystal's going to be overpowered as well. Poppy, all by his lonesome, has to try and hold his B site. 1 goes down. He's got 3 more on. Paranoia, Aftershock, everything coming his way, and people flanking him as well. But here comes the overdrive. He's gonna slide into 2 more people and too many bodies to aim towards. 4 and 3, where Adam just get away with a pretty great round here, all things considered.
We can go.
Yeah, definitely. That's what they definitely wanted to happen. That catch with the business that got the catch there. Yeah, it was Minato that was just holding on top ramp right there, just waiting for someone to actually peek through. That was one of the plays that we saw work super well when they were playing.
I think
if they can replicate this, that's going to be huge. Raze, where is this going? Oh, top ramp. Very excited to see how this setup works. Okay. No catch though. All right.
Yep.
What's the 6 setup?
Yeah,
I do like it. All that recon's brilliant, but he's shooting the. Okay, never mind. He readjusts, and of course it has to be Crystal.
Just
Shooting
better
through the wall
idea.
of smokes is kind of his
Better idea,
aligning. He
just
usually
a
does find
better
those skills somehow. Spots
Spammer.
another, and they know that this is aggressive towards A. They're forcing them back where Adam at the moment. And Zay needs to try and find an opening. He does get spotted. He's gonna go through it, and that's just
spike लेके जा रहा वो.
in an open position. They do have from the shadows to try and pick it up, but Satoshi's also been
वो देखा
where Adam really need to get back from here right now.
गया नहीं
Right? And this map control is really
अरे वो
not in their
पीछे अटक गया बे. लेना भाई. अब गया. अरे यार. 3 SP बे.
It is bad. Has to give up his life.
No, no turn. मजा आएगा, ये मजा आएगा.
This could be the play that breaks the Camel's back here. He's gonna have to run through. Finds both of them, and he's done enough for his team.
ठीक है भाई.
And that was all he needed. The timing of that jump towards main on trip was.
नहीं, उसको लग रहा अल्ट मारेगा. नहीं मारा.
Yeah, he can go there, but Kelly's just waiting for him. Yep, he's gonna come out. Kelly! No, Kelly!
No! He did damage. That's the important thing. Oh.
सब अच्छा रेड किया.
Okay, so Kelly, even though he failed, he still did the damage. 2 versus 1. The fight's not over.
Yeah, not just yet. It is a 1v2. Barfi's alive, Crystal's alive, but so is Satoshi. He's been great on map 1.
ब्रांड है उसके पास अभी भी.
The same on map 2. But he's confused about Crystal's position right now. Does readjust, and Crystal most likely will now be confused. Did he cross over the side? Did he actually tuck in behind the box? And Crystal's rethinking his steps. He's gonna go back. He's gonna find him, but it's gonna be Satoshi who shuts him straight down. What a clutch from the Omen, as once again he's there to save Rare Adam from extinction.
I thought Kelly S had the biggest, the big brain read of just going to the B side, knowing that again there is still time to play from the shadows and plant the spike, but then out of nowhere Satoshi just gets
केली उसको प्लान करने के लिए रुकना था, प्लान करता था ना फिर मारना था.
मैंने उसने बराबर पिक दिया, उसने whiff किया. ये देख.
How does that happen? Absolutely insane from Satoshi, right? And this last shot on Crystal, dude was playing aim labs.
Dude was playing aim labs.
Oh, this is real life. Okay, there's a play from Raze.
He's gotten in the over. He's gotten
बाकी
the
टीम क्या कर रही?
I was gonna say overdrive for a second, but he's got cleared off his B side completely. And the rest of his team actually can join him because B main is completely clear at the moment. But look at Global Esports. Actually called in that smoke might help them isolate this fight. Poppy will lose his life. The swing out comes in finally. Kelly does trade him out, and now it's gonna be Patrick to pick up that weapon. He's got a showstopper coming his way, and that's gonna just obliterate him. But Kelly's still standing strong, doing a little bit work for what he missed out. 2 versus 3, make that a 1 versus 3. And it's all up on Udaton. Crystal not stand his ground on heaven. He's been spotted now. Has to go back up. Hoping that somebody just walks in his crosshair. And it's not going to be helping him because Satoshi's ready once again to shut things down. And this Omen's been a menace, man, continuously for 2 maps in a row. And now that's actually gotten them the lead.
Yeah, that's a pretty big shift of things right now. If Satoshi can rally up Rare Adam and again Global Esports starts feeling the pressure of this Omen, this could turn into a very different game from what we've seen in the past couple of rounds. Again, granted, it was just a
वही टीम रहेगी ना भाई, अब तक कुछ अनाउंस नहीं किया.
Last round was also a save round for Global Esports, so this is going to be a big challenge. We'll see how this kind of goes. The setup has been the same for Rare Adam these past couple of rounds. They've been just going aggressively into the ramp.
Something तो obvious stream करना चालू किया बे 2 हफ्ते से.
Global Esports can just play a farther back because they do have the cipher.
I think घर वर गए थे सब.
Again, provide that safety without having to be there in person.
Yeah, Kelly's actually changed his wall as well. Look at the trajectory of that wall. It's going all the way towards mid. It's a little more curved towards A heaven as well.
Yoka, come on, baby, Yoka.
Oh, that stun is actually pretty great. And it's going to take out Minato. He's going to just spam it straight down. Another spot here for
Satori को निकालो भाई.
He's got a tripwire to help him out towards A main there. And Udaton's going to be on the back of that too.
हेवन के लिए मतलब साइड से अगर नीचे कूदेगा ना वो वाला हेवन से नीचे कूदेगा.
Four of them here, by the way. No real rotation possibility at the moment, except of course if Zay decides to teleport away from here. But they've gotten A heaven control for the moment, and that's the only.
देखो ट्रिप में अटकेगा देगा अगर कोई वहां से हेवन से उतरेगा ना नीचे राइट में तब भी. देखिए यहाँ से उतरा ठीक है, वो देगा अटका ट्रिप पे अटका वो. देखा ना वो ट्रिप किस क्या कर रहा है.
And it's just little bit decision mismatch from Rare Adam. Move out of these positions. Yes, they're looking at general directions where they could find.
देखो ट्रिप में
but unfortunately for them, they just kind of didn't expect that they're going to swing out of these smokes or even from the back side. Those cages from Udaton helping GE even more. Really great, hold here from Global Esports.
I gotta add to that. Not just the cages, but the tripwires too. Those are kind of dirty.
ये अपना कॉपी कर रहा है भाई अभी.
I was about to ask, like, was there a camera? Was there a shock or a recon dart that exposed one of the players of Rare Adam? No, it was just one of the tripwires. And then I think so, yeah.
ये अभी नोटिस कर रहे हैं पर इनसे अच्छा एनालिस्ट है भैया क्या बोलूं.
For Global Esports to again follow up on the site, right, and start defending it better.
Yeah, look at the counter.
कास्टिंग में भी बोल सकते हैं ना अगर वो चीज दिख गई तो. वो दिख तो रही थी वो चीज.
Gone past that Viper ult. Now anything could be possible. Rare Adam could be
तो वही भाई अपनी बात खत्म है वो लोग बोलते भाई.
But the B main control as a reaction to that mid take is going to come through. It's a
भाई वो
1-for-1
दोनों
trade, but Satoshi doubles up once again.
संतोष भाई ने मार दिया. संतोष भाई मर गए.
he returns the favor for that clutch that he lost. And now he's gonna just drone out to make sure that he's clearing off his back.
कितरेसु भाई ने संतोष भाई को मार संतोष भाई कितरेसु अरे राधे भाई ने मार दिया राधे भाई ने अभी मंजूबल बॉयज आ रहे भाई रेस अरे मंजूबल बॉयज उड़द दाल वाले भाई ये मंजूबल बॉयज और वाई वाला नहीं पता क्या बोलूँगा एम का मंजूबल बॉयज
No sound from Udotan here. I was about to say.
No way! What? Hey, yo, that is crazy, dude.
Movement, away movement.
Udotan with the parkour, man. 1 versus 1 uses the neural theft, gets information. Now he knows.
Round है अपना ये round निकाल दिया.
रीड तो है बंदे का.
इतना अच्छा मोमेंट के बाद तो राउंड है भाई.
My God, Udotan. Oh, if only I could cuss how good that jump over the tripwire was.
मैं क्या बोला? ट्रिपवायर से जंप किया ठीक है? बढ़िया.
फिर रस्सी पे शिफ्ट वर्क पकड़ा वही. और वो एक क्राउच किया उसने एक्चुअली हवे में.
Professional game of Valor, and that was incredible. So clean and catches the rope just before he drops down. And wins the round with absolute style.
Clear cut Cypher diff भाई.
He should be so proud of himself.
नहीं Cypher diff नहीं बोलूँगा.
Movement diff. Movement diff. Game diff भाई game diff. ये मैं लिख के देता उडोटन CS:GO प्लेयर होगा लिख के देता और वो सर्फिंग करता होगा CS में जिस तरह से वो मूवमेंट किया ना शायद बट हो सकता हो. हाँ ट्रिप बराबर ही था वही थोड़ा नीचे था पर बराबर. बाप रे. मेरे को लगता निकाल सकते. निकाल दिए जी वालों ने निकाल दिए. अच्छा वो
and it's only Crystal in a one chunk of damage. He's gonna have to let
प्लांट ही नहीं हुआ ना. क्रिस्टल जाएगा ही नहीं अभी.
And Crystal's just gonna reposition and go back towards A.
पाइप तो ले लो.
दोनों रीड करके चक्कर में शूटियागिरी कर रहे.
This is kind of good because it does.
नहीं क्रिस्टल को तो फायदा है बे. ये बंदे को बहुत कंफ्यूजन है अब पता नहीं ना कहाँ गया. क्रिस्टल तो सिटी आ गया.
Knowing if your opponent is either going to go to
नहीं उसको पता है ना स्पाइक उधर ड्रॉप करके.
Oh, there's no time for Minato to go around though, but
उसको पता नहीं बोल रहा मैं.
make him kind of
minato को मतलब
क्रिस्टल को नहीं पता.
minato को लग रहा है कि क्रिस्टल को पता नहीं.
मार को गया वहाँ प्लांट हो गया. गन
Oh, timing is crucial here. And that's
निकाल
perfect.
दिए
Your
बे.
reposition and Minato just had absolutely no clue where Crystal was going to be coming from.
योकम बढ़िया.
हाँ.
But how quickly does
मेरे को योकम कैसा बंदा बताओ क्या थिंकिंग ड्यूलिस्ट है. सोचता भी करता भी सब करता. ये सब नॉर्मल ड्यूलिस्ट इतना क्लियर नहीं करता.
Because most usually if you find that nobody's towards mid, nobody's around those, main angles, sometimes
मनीष भाई सुरेश भाई
from Global Esports. I wish you could have seen what exactly
राधे
Udotan
भाई.
did to get those double kills. But hey, Global Esports take the W and they're going into the second half with the minimal of 2 rounds in their bag. Yeah, I just lost my train of thought.
I saw the fight, man. This game makes us lose our train of thought. There's been some banger rounds. I gotta say as well, crazy good setup from.
भाई वो पर उडोटन का
the follow-up was
भाई.
just the thing that really kind of struggled as well, right? We were talking about how this is the face-off is for Global Esports to really hone in this new roster, but in this specific series, it's also for Rare Adam to kind of iron out the kinks, right?
True. Initial mid contact once again through the smoke as they try to maybe break out that tripwire that's
माँ मैं कहाँ हूँ माँ.
by Ueo.
ये
He's
स्मोक
on the other
बढ़िया
end of it
डाला
and he's
उसने
expecting, yeah, he spots the head and Yudatan
बट उसको बंदा गलत मिल गया सामने.
नहीं
The
नहीं
ghost
यूरोटन
makes
इतना
him
प्रो
feel
एमर नहीं है
a
भाई.
little nutty. Yudatan's
वो
consistently
एक
been
राउंड ठीक है उसने
fragging out for
मोमेंट्स
his
पूरा
team
क्रैक
in
करके
the
मार.
entire
ये
first half and
रीडिंग
continues to
बढ़िया
do
कर
it.
रहे हैं.
And RA getting antsy for information. They want the
वो लोग
information
होल्ड
on
कर
B
रहे
main
थे
and they're gonna put in bodies for it. This is
डिसिप्लिन
exactly what
में.
Juvie mentioned, Nazurai.
वो
That
लोग
once
इन्फो
they
इन्फो नहीं दे रहे ना, वही इन्फो नहीं दे रहे.
they're gonna start putting bodies to commit for information, and that's exactly what RA did. And Global Esports was just ready for it at the right place at the right time.
रेस राधे भैया ऊपर है. राधे भैया अच्छा राधे भैया को वन टाइम.
Wait, did nobody take damage the entire round?
No.
भाई वही तो कोई डैमेज ही नहीं लिया.
Wow. Okay, so look at this replay real quick. That was a fraction of like vision.
तो वन टैप मारा, ये भी डैमेज नहीं.
there, and he still gets the kill.
कोई डैमेज नहीं खाया. कोई डैमेज नहीं.
Takeouts on.
Flawless है वो. Flawless.
So far,
ऐसा कुछ नहीं रहता. फ्लॉलेस है बस वो बोल. सारा इतना ओवर हाइप नहीं करने का. सारे इधर मार के पता चला बाद में पेपर एक के सामने जाके वही पकेड़ू गिरी करिए.
Again, hunkering down on that regen shield, as we've seen like 4 people just buy it on that.
पता नहीं पर जिंदगी के खिलाफ तो मुश्किल है.
Yeah.
अभी कल पता लगेगा. पता चला कल पेपर एक आउट प्ले की बे जिंदगी को मजा आ जाएगा.
Where Adam.
साला पता नहीं कहीं ना कहीं तो नहीं क्या वो कोने में बोलता है पेपर एक जीतेंगे.
He's basically a resident sleeper.
वो एक्चुअली शायद पेपर एक्स वालों ने पूरा रिसेट किया अभी पूरा छुट्टे पे जाके. मेरे को तो वही लगता.
4 सेकंड तो बड़े छुट्टी पे गया.
देखा.
Getting up close. There's one and Yudatan not making it easy for this Chinese team here. You find a second as well. Right on heaven as the A side opened up. And while I understand
No dualistic है.
bind and they want their Adam to win, I don't think Juvi's given any instruction to the team to slow down no matter what the score is.
क्या फायदा स्टन करके.
13-5, it doesn't matter. It's just going to be brute forcing their way. I don't. By the looks of it, I don't think we're going to see bind today. What do you think, Azrai?
शांति से बढ़ जाने का कब तक.
I don't know. It's
not
too early, but not too late.
First 2-0 भाई.
So I
think 2-0 हो जाएगा लग रहा है.
Adam, they've surprised us with.
हालांकि कोई आया नहीं तो मेरा प्रेडिक्शन सही हो रहा.
Minato's been doing a lot. Toshi has had some. Had some stellar, clutch rounds. So it's a mixture of those two get into the swing of things in the second half.
साला मेरे पैर में क्रैम्प्स रखे थे. बहुत ज्यादा भाई बहुत पेन करता.
Okay, yeah, no, let's not go there.
Okay,
Flash.
No,
I think
we like
very
the
well.
सैचल अच्छा कुछ साइपर सैचल करेगा लगता है.
We like the Astro, we like the Viper. There's a lot of
हाँ.
what do you call this?
मैं नॉर्मली भी डालता हूँ. उतना देखने की भी जरूरत नहीं.
अबे नहीं तू पॉइंट क्या पता है क्या तू कैसे डालता था नॉर्मली. तेरे को थोड़ा तो भी सामने जाके पिक देना पड़ता. वो बराबर उधर से लाइन अप किया.
नहीं मैं वैसे जब मार के डालता हूँ. हाँ वो थोड़ा.
Reaction instant towards mid region to take on Vents. And they've said to get that job. Now he's gonna be checked. Yes, he is, and he reaches perfectly. Cage is gone.
सेंटिनल है भाई. शर्म कर लो कुछ.
Needs to be careful whether or not he's crossed on over to the site or has he coming.
अबे देखना एक किल केज जॉन.
At the same time,
देखना यूनिट के पीछे भी हट रहा था. उसका काम ही वो है. उधर
well.
ही जाएगा बोले मैं तो.
Zay takes out Yudatan. That makes it a little bit.
Opposite side जाना ही है.
Towards B they go. The commitment from Midnight only good for one. As Global Esports still maintaining.
Wow, 1 HP Crystal.
Versus 3. But the A side currently, by the way, is open. And Crystal already making his way there. Maybe it's a fake. Still on B heaven, and Rare Adam are falling for this.
अच्छा साउंड दिया क्या?
Yeah.
अरे बट साइफर ने टाइम देख लेना. क्या फायदा?
Wow, what a trap from Kelly.
5 HP अबे ये प्ले मेक ही नहीं करेगा क्या? केली मेन
क्रिस्टल ना.
UAO. 3 versus 2.
बाप.
3 versus 1.
गार्डियन भाई.
पॉपी बॉय. तो क्या तू भी गार्डियन चलाएगा?
Again, your team calls upon you. You've
मैं गार्डियन नहीं भाई.
And this is pretty doable as well.
मेरा गार्डियन अच्छा तो है बट मैं चला नहीं कभी. ऐसा कॉम्प में नहीं चला.
मैं तो बहुत चलाया बे.
One paranoia could change this. If he's paranoia as the backside,
कभी-कभी
it
लगता
takes a
पर
fight
गार्डियन
out,
का
swing
स्किन मिल
wide.
जाना और वाइब में मार
Win
सकते
this one,
पता
but he's
है.
gonna tap the spike first. No, he's gonna look for the angles. If the first will not connect the second, Crystal was there.
हर बंदा योकम नहीं होता ना.
अबे योगम का मैं मानता ही नहीं बे स्लाइड करके मारा उसने
हाँ
अगर वो
स्लाइड
उड़ाता
बताओ
उसको फेक नहीं करता तो फिर
anybody and everybody who
बताओ
who
बताओ
asked about the
नहीं
map
कैसी
of
बात कर रहा
bind
हूँ सोलो
and said
प्लेयर
that
है
we should
भाई
play
उसका
single
फ्लिक हो
controller
गया था
on
ऑलमोस्ट
Viper.
हम्म
You guys are tyrants. I do not I do
शोभा
not like
और
drama.
कोई एक बंदा
Please stay
बैठा होता ना
away
दोनों
from me.
मरते थे
Do not mention
हाँ
anything
शोभा
single
लो था
solo
लो
अपना
था
Viper because
अपना
I don't
क्रिस्टियन
even
लो
know when
लो
I
था
बे
it
लेकिन
never happened. What are you
जो
talking about?
ऊपर था
Viper
ना
was not there.
पापी
Viper
शायद
was
पापी
yes,
लो
what happened?
पापी भी लोई था
Absolutely not.
नहीं वही तो बोल रहा
हाफ
हूँ
एचपी था
Okay,
50 था
you know, yeah, you now you
अबे
get
तो
what we're
वही
talking
बोल
about.
रहा नीचे
Yeah,
लो एचपी
that.
वाला
Yeah,
होके
yeah.
ऊपर
Now
फुल
he
एचपी
got it.
वाला होता तो
Okay.
गया था
Okay,
बोला
I thought.
हाँ वो तो था
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh
Bye.
wow. Okay, there you go. Good
Speaking
contact
of
at the very
trauma.
start, though. Can they pick that up? Yeah, no, they can't pick up the weapon at least. But it's a good 4 versus 5 aggressive stance there from.
मरता था
Rare
ब्रिज
Adam.
साला सॉरी
Midnight, ready for the contact. He's got his stun. He's gonna jump peek once again.
ज्यादा
मरेगा
जंप नहीं देगा
He's
क्या भाई
got nothing to
ब्रिज
work with
मरेगा
here.
लग रहा
भाग
पर
गया
Toshi
कवर
coming in to
के
help
लिए
him
वो
out,
भी
but the
है
smoke's gone down. They set up Kelly S for that Vent's position, and he's actually going to be able to re-clear so much of this. They're going to follow them through. They're going to run in, give a little bit of sound.
ऐसे स्पाइडरमैन जैसे
Having
कूदे
heard the
दोनों
fact that Vents has been taken by Global Esports, but B is where majority of the attention now is spanning towards from GE.
उसने ये ट्रिप तो तोड़ दिया
Okay. At least this does give some information, right, on how they're gonna be
ये
approaching.
सब साले मेरे कैंप से बे
Do they have any like?
ये भी वो बंदे का वीडियो देखा साला
Just breaks down. There it is. Breaks down. They go into the site, so it's all gonna be into Minato.
भाई
But
इसका
unfortunately, Nuevo just could not give that support to his teammate. Goes out. It's flummoxed, and now it's Raze.
बाप रे
Just
बाप रे
cleaning up the
भाई
house. This is just two versus two. Still not done yet. Big flash
Hmm.
from Satoshi as well from B main. So there is
गन
possibility right now
नहीं
for
है
this round to still swing the favor for Adam. There's still
प्लांट ही
no
नहीं
spike
किया
to be planted down. And one more crystal. My God, 9 seconds, man. He's gotta have to do something right here and now.
Oh, that's actually a great plan from him as well. Unless, of course, he's been spotted. Yeah, he knows he's here. But Crystal gonna reposition pretty quickly
Oh, yeah.
towards spawn. He's got a drone to play. He's got a shock dart as well.
I know,
He's gonna
man.
escape on towards heaven. The repositioning is gonna be
जाने
paramount
उसके
here.
बस
Does the breach
ओवरथिंक कर
expect
दिया बे
this?
उसने हो गया वो हार
Midnight.
गया
He's not looking even in remotely in the
ये
general direction.
पोजीशनिंग भाई
And Cresto once
Repositioning
again
नहीं
with the
बोलूंगा
clutch.
मैं
Global
मतलब
Esports kind of
ये
almost let this slip
repositioning नहीं
away,
था वो
losing
बंदा
2 players as soon
बहुत
as they
सोच
entered
लिया
that
वो
B
ब्रीच
site,
ने
where Adam had
अगर
a
मैं
good
होता
chance
ना मैं
to actually
एक्सपेक्ट ही
make
करता
this,
था कि हेवन आए
work. But
क्योंकि
that cosmic
लिटरली
divide
क्रिस्टल ने क्या किया पता
actually
है क्या
helped to
उसने
break that
खुद
crossfire
के
between
मतलब
Satoshi and
बहुत
Midnight because
ऐसा
he
माइंडसेट
couldn't
में
come out of
भरोसा
heaven.
कर लिया वो
And even the
करेगा
poppy
तो
went
करेगा
down, the
डिफूज
trade was
हारेंगे तो
instantaneous.
हारेंगे
And
पर मैं
Crystal,
स्विफ्ट वॉक
at the
करके
right
जाऊंगा
moment,
हम्म
decided
पूरे
to
टाइम
rotate
स्विफ्ट वॉक
around
किया
and
देखो उसने
call the
पूरे
fake,
टाइम
the bluff
हाँ
on the
होता
top of
है
the spike.
वही है
Perfect
वही
once
है सीन
again
उसका
from Global
करेगा तो
Esports.
करेगा पर वो नहीं
Yeah,
किया
and the problem right here for
क्योंकि तू
for Rare
सोच ना
Adam, I think
अभी
is
वो स्टिक किया
you're
होता
in
है
that
उसको
spot now where you're
हाँ
just
वो तो
getting into
खत्म
your
ही
head,
था
right? It's
फिर
just
वही
messing you
है
up. Like he would have probably
उसको
expected
वो
as well
प्लेयर पे ज्यादा
the rotation
भरोसा
from
था कि
Crystal.
खुद से ज्यादा
If he waited for like 5 seconds and no one
हाँ
was there,
कसम
but this is just brutal here for Rare Adam. Oh,
Yeah.
I know exactly.
हो गया
खत्म कर रहे भाई
They're just steamrolling them down right now, and it's gonna be Zay and Ueo the only ones left, and they've been spotted as well. The neural theft gives enough information. A
again.
little too confident here.
Oh.
Patrick didn't have to overcommit, overstayed his welcome there, and they're gonna go
अरे
for the save
बढ़िया
now
वो
as match point approaches pretty quick.
Save
नहीं
the
नहीं
weapon if
नहीं
we can.
अच्छा पैसा बहुत है क्या
इसका ऑफ बढ़िया है
It's probably gonna be 12 to 5 for sure. It's
पर
just
उसको ऑफ
the
का
way that
पिक
they're
ही नहीं
playing
देंगे
is
साले
just to try to save the weapon for as long as possible.
पापी भाई
Although
पापी भाई
Raze
पापी
could lose his
भाई
operator.
Yeah,
गया
he's
हाँ
gonna lose it. Global Esports are not backing down. They've got
बचा
money for
लेना था
days,
फिर
so
ऑफ
they're not,
उसको
too afraid of breaking the bank for as many runs as possible, at least for the next 2 at the bare minimum. But this is so far been a statement from Global Esports compared to after what happened yesterday.
Yeah, a definite
पर मैं
difference.
एक
Wait, I
बात
wonder
बोलूं
if
क्या
Poppy's gonna, pick up
हम्म
that
साला
operator for his for maybe
वीसीटी में कुछ कुछ
Patrick
नॉकआउट्स
here.
भी रहते साले
Just kind of
एक
wondering,
मैच भी
right?
भारी पड़ता है
Anyways, that was
हम्म
a clean push. Like the
वो
drop
तो
कल का मैच
from
हारना हारना था
Satoshi
तो
to just
हारना
try
था
to
मतलब
deal with Patrick, and it just did nothing.
ठीक है लोअर
That
ब्रैकेट
really cleared
चांसेस
up
मिलते
sight.
पर व्हाई टू गो ऑन
Now,
लोअर ब्रैकेट लोअर
I don't
ब्रैकेट
know if
कब
they can
जाने का
swing it
अच्छा है
one
पता है
more
क्या
round, but
जब तू सेमीफाइनल या फाइनल जाके अपर ब्रैकेट में फाइनल वाइनल या
potentially
सेमीफाइनल
by
जाके नीचे आना
Esports
तू
definitely
बोल
has
सकते
full
कि तूने
control.
कुछ
हाँ
गलती किया पर
Yeah, by a distance at that as well. A final desperate attempt to try and maybe keep things intact. They do have the dimensional drift, if at all. They want to get some control, some information, just, find out where these global esports players are situated. But Zay's just going to hold on. He's got a flash in his hand. He's got his breach alongside the double flash, but it doesn't matter. Not a single player blinded, and Crystal just taps him straight down. And that's going to be a big ultimate taken away. Could be the beginning of the end as well. That gives Crystal and Hunter's Fury as well. So Global Esports have now two big win conditions to finish off this game.
मैंने मारा क्रिस्टल ने.
Also slowly creeping up here. Possibly get some control on that A site. If Satoshi doesn't actually catches this,
भाई बाइंड नहीं देखने मिला यार.
Udatan just pushes all the way through spawn, and this gets completely undetected by Rare Adam. That, or he just waits and just lurks and just sees if he's the one who's going to be able to get a free kill potentially. Crystal just rips out the ultimate. Wayo, who does have a sick setup here at the back of the B site.
Yeah, Udatan's found one more and towards mid though, and that's gonna give them the opening onto heaven. Now Ueo is pretty much done and dusted here. Udatan's gonna take care of him. Satoshi does deploy the paranoia, but it's not gonna be enough. The pressure is too high, and the B side has to be given away. They relinquish control. And here comes the overdrive to finish things off, it seems. Nato's gonna hold on as he's gonna wait for Udatan to come in from behind him. And
भाई एक knife कर दे भाई.
Team Crystal through the smoke once again.
Knife नहीं.
First, and Udatan to finish it off. A statement victory from Global Esports here, ladies and gentlemen. As they finish off the series 2-0, 13-1 and 13-5.
monster नहीं है वो दारू है
and this is
है ना बे monster है ना बे उसका वो M वाला दिखा ना बे
देखना नहीं है अच्छे से देखो नहीं है monster
all of their ideas coming in and just working the pieces that
वो बिल्ली तो है पर
into certain roles have been
कहाँ है बे बिल्ली तुमको दिख रहा है
वो देखना कुर्सी पे
and I gotta say the clutch
अच्छा वो सफेद वाली बिल्ली है क्या
हिल रही थी और क्या चाहिए तेरे को
has just been phenomenal, right? Everybody has just been putting up a lot of the work.
भाई थोड़ा पलटा के रख भाई वो दिखने को ना
Global Esports definitely did not
अब तो और पलटा दिया लेफ्ट साइड
went above and beyond in this series.
Absolutely. Also, I'm going to give a shout out to Rare Adam as well. It's a team that's been recently formed and they still agreed to come and participate in face-off. You know, yeah, they will probably be sad after this loss, but hey, it's just a show match. It's for you to work out what exactly, you can and cannot put on the server. And I'm really glad that, they've come here, given us their time to play against Global Esports to show our audience
भाई वो उसका मोमेंट था भाई वो
different things that they've been doing in China as well, and hopefully this time around
क्या गया भाई वो घसर के सन मेरे को तो लगा आवाज आ जाएगा
to ascension once again like they did last time, and
उसने वहीं पे हवा में वो
as well as compared to the second place from the previous time. So thank you so much, Adam, for joining us as well. Shout out to you guys. But overall, Global Esports team effort, man, clear team effort.
Actually, ये भी VCT off season official event ही है ये global का.
हाँ off season official event है.
Official है ना तो.
Office permission तो लेना ही पड़ता है.
Absolutely surprised that
करने के लिए.
नहीं देख ऐसा कुछ नहीं. VCT के unofficial tournaments बहुत सारे हैं.
right with the no flashes.
मतलब not VCT only. मतलब वो जैसे कि अपने इधर conference वगैरह होता है ना.
हाँ.
way of playing Valorant.
ये मतलब ये VCT वाला मतलब लेकिन ग्लोबल स्पोर्ट्स ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहे हैं ऐसा है ना.
Indeed, and if you guys notice the scoreboard, if you look at the first bloods, right? 3 for Kelly, 3 for Crystal, 3 for Udatan, 2 for I think it was anyway. Surprisingly, once again, it was Patrick who did not have a single first blood being the duelist. It's kind of interesting because they played a contact style everywhere, and Patrick's kind of like the anomaly who moves on towards mid. So they play that, push and pull system in a different sense of the way that they don't use the duelist as the first contact. Instead, they use a triple buddy system with the support itself, because you usually, even if you lose one of their players, Patrick instantly makes a movement to the other side of the map, and he gets map control to when it's conceded on the first part of the map, which is kind of exciting to see how they're playing possibly against, and if or not teams that will be able to figure this out and break it down.
Yeah, and I think the way to kind of counter this style of GE is gonna require so much time and effort because again, going back to what Juvenile was saying about how the way they approached, a similar
ये
here
क्या
to
कार्ड?
as well. It's just to block
कनेक्ट हो
out
गया नहीं?
as much vision as possible, and because of this forces a team such as Rare Adam
देख लो
to
भाई.
try to get information
नहीं किसी को
by,
दिखेगा तो नहीं.
offering up to peek, and because of that they actually get caught, and this actually happens so many
अच्छा.
times. So this is just
करता मैं
so
बाद में.
good for Global Esports, and if teams can adjust to that, it's gonna be, I think, Global Esports just having more wins during the face-off.
Yeah, most certainly. I think they're going to be really happy with this as well. Let's have a bit of a word with the team itself, shall we? Kelly S is back once again with us, ladies and gentlemen. This time, again, I'm pretty sure with a big wide smile. Yesterday wasn't that great, but Kelly, welcome back. And I'm pretty sure you're feeling great about this victory, aren't you?
Yep. Feels nice, because we've been working hard for the past 1 month plus. So yeah, we're seeing progress.
Yeah, first thing I gotta ask, man. What was going in your head when you saw that parkour play from Udutan, where he jumped over the tripwire? What was going in your head when you saw it?
Bro, my face, I'm so shocked, because I tried that, but so hard, it's so hard to do, it's not consistent, and he hit that perfectly, and I'm like, after he do that, I'm like that. Oh, he's gonna win this for sure. He's gonna win this for sure. Yep.
It was amazing.
Yep.
Kelly, I do have to ask you, right? You guys play a really contact style of gameplay. You don't really depend on set executes here, and that's what Juvie said as well. Is that something that you've really liked playing? You've played a different role before. Do you like playing that contact style with 3 players taking control, or do you prefer playing a lot more faster?
I think it depends what coach wants, because he got the system already, and I just need to follow the system, and I just mix up the pace. I can also do fast execute, slow. Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to ask this, from someone
ये भी Philippines का है ना?
that has
केली
joined Global Esports. What's been the biggest transition for you? I'm not sure
केली
if someone
पापी.
asked this already, but this is my first time asking it. What's been the biggest transition from you coming
वो
from
तो क्रिस्टल था ना
Filipino team, going in
केली भी था शायद.
esports that's the international team, especially playing in Pacific? What's been the
योकम
feeling
भी
and what's been
फिलीपींस
the
का है.
experience so far?
पापी चिल्लो
Oh,
क्रिस्टल रशियन.
it's pretty different, because we're playing at
Unkorean.
the highest level this time, and I don't have any free time to do stupid things, so I need to lock in and give everything I got to give the best result for the org, because I'm living the dream already, so why not give it all?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
That's what we love to hear. That's what we love to hear. Giving it all is all the fans. I'm pretty sure they've really enjoyed you, especially today as well. I think the reads that you had were really great, and overall the movement of the team itself was really on point. Everybody was playing well. But what do you feel? Was the biggest difference from yesterday to today? How did the team improve so much in such a short span? What do you think was something that changed from yesterday to today?
I think yesterday we're playing a bit more not to lose. Yeah, that's why we were playing a bit scared, a bit scared of making mistakes. But this time, coach kept telling us this time that you just need to play more proactive, and play to win, not to lose, So you just do that, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Last question for me. This is just more for my benefit than anything else. Asked you about the earlier before the series started. I wanted to ask your first impressions after using it a couple of times now in the series, and then after that, just quick shout outs to whoever you want to say shout out to.
Can you repeat? Sorry, you got stutter.
Oh, sorry. How was your first impression with the Region Shield, and then after that, just quick shout outs?
Oh, the Region Shield. It's like, I don't know. It's like playing different game. We're not used to it. Like we got damage. And, we still have armor. This is good. Like you don't need to buy armor again in the next run, because the region armor is still there, So yeah, it's pretty good. I think it will be a big impact for the future meta.
Awesome. And then shoutouts for whoever you want to give shoutouts to.
Shout out to the fans, the passionate fans, the boss of the bosses of GE, and my girlfriend who's watching at home. And yeah, shout out to my teammates for doing their best every day.
Awesome. Thanks so much, man.
All right. Thank you so much, Kelly. Have a great night ahead. Have some great dinner. Enjoy the mood today at the boot camp, and we'll see you tomorrow.
उधर रात हो गई होगी ना बे?
And all the best for that. Bye bye.
Oh,
Bye bye, GE winning.
wait.
Well, today was a GE winning day indeed. A statement win, like I mentioned already. And, I can't help but have a great smile on my face, man. Watching the team win has been great, but it's still not done. We've got a lot more games to go, a lot more stuff to be explored, more maps that we're hopefully going to be seeing.
What do you mean?